51 New York, an Odyssey sports station. Evan Roberts. Tiki Barber. It's Evan and Tiki on WFAN, The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
What's up? Boy, that cliche, March comes in like a lion and out with like a lamb. Is that what it is? In like a lion, out like a lamb?
I have no idea.
You've never heard that?
I've never heard that one.
Oh, come on.
March comes in like a lion, out like a lamb?
Yeah.
What does it mean? It's bad because it's cold and it's like chill? I don't know.
Exactly. It comes in with horrible weather and it leaves with beautiful weather. And quite frankly, it's very accurate. Because if you're outside today, it's going to be like 75 degrees. It feels like a beautiful summerish day.
We love it.
Oh, we love it. We had baseball last night. We got a lot of football to talk about today. We'll talk to you throughout the day as well. 888-808-1019. Did Darren Muji give us some hints about the Jets' future? Did John Harbaugh tell us if they're actually going to draft Jeremiah Love? We'll get to all of that, plus a new edition of Posted and Toasted. But we had last night something unique, something special, a full night of New York baseball. The Yankees did lose their first game of the year late night to Seattle with Cal Raleigh walking it off. The New York Mets defeat the St. Louis Cardinals behind a great effort from their bullpen and a solid effort from Clay Holmes. Mm-hmm. What was your biggest observations from last night?
Well, there's a couple. One, the Yankees are dominating this ABS thing.
They are.
They dominate it. And it's like dismissively dominating it. Like, you're wrong, dude. I know that was a walk. I'm taking my stuff off. Let's go. And were they 5 for 5 last night?
They were 5 for 5 last night. The Yankees, as offensive players, are 7 for 8, 7 for 7 since Caballero got the challenge wrong on opening night. And when they're challenging behind the plate, they're 3 for 3.
Right.
So when you do the math, they are 10 for 11 when challenging.
Yeah, so that's one takeaway. The other takeaway is that you can have Paul Blackburn back. You can take him back. We don't need him.
It's funny, and Yankee fans who stayed up late last night, I feel for you. Because I think when you stay up past midnight watching a baseball game, you've invested time and you've invested giving up sleep. So the one thing you don't want to do is have your manager basically tell you, hey, today's game is not a big deal. And
that's
so,
what it felt like, too.
Well, Aaron Boone did what Carlos Mendoza did a day earlier. You know, Met fans were angry on Monday for a few reasons, and one of which was Dickie Lovelady. Where's Devin Williams? Where's Brooks Raley? Well, Mendy did that so that Monday those guys would be available.
Right.
And it worked out, right? The Mets win that game last night against the Cardinals, partially, you have to admit this, partially because Mendy took Sunday's game and said, you know what? I'm not going to go balls to the wall.
Right. I'm not throwing Devin Williams.
Correct. Now, last night in the Yankee game, Aaron Boone made a few similar decisions. Like Fernando Cruz got 2 big outs in the 5th inning. He didn't come back out for the 6th. Camilo Doval, who looks brilliant, comes in, gets a huge out to end the 7th. Doesn't come back out for the 8th. Aaron Boone even says after the game, I don't want to give him a second up this early in the season. And then finally, Paul Blackburn, who is what he is, I mean, he's one of the last guys in your bullpen, he comes out after a scoreless 8th to pitch the 9th.
Yes.
And so what Aaron Boone did is exactly what Mendy did the day before, and I get why it's frustrating in the moment, but when you've got yourself a very long season.
It's a long-ass season.
You're not wrong, Aaron. You're going to make decisions for the next day. And that sucks when it's 12:15 in the morning and you've given up sleep. But what we have to do as Met and Yankee fans is understand it.
It's almost he conceded it, and when you realize it was conceded, you couldn't get mad about it. Like you could, but you're talking about game 4 of the 162.
You know when you shouldn't get mad at it? Let's say it works out the way it did for the Mets. Again, the Mets had an available Devin Williams.
Yeah.
He was great. They had an available Brooks Raley. He was great.
But that's why you're not mad at it for the Mets.
Well, now
giving away game 3 of the Pirate series so that this first game of the St. Louis series, you're set, you win it. Hey, we're on our way to winning another series. The only reason that guys like Sean are going to get upset is based on what happens today.
Well,
like in game 2, what happens today is going to matter. If for some reason the Yankees, for whatever reason, who knows, they have a bad outing by it's Fried on the mound, right?
Yes.
You get a bad outing by Fried. You ended up getting smashed around out on the West Coast, and all of a sudden you've lost this series and you gave away game 1. That's when you get frustrated by it because of what we talked about yesterday. When it comes down to ultimately at the end of the season, a tiebreaker, this series is going to matter.
Yeah.
Because the Mariners are going to be good. The Yankees are going to be good. Could you really afford to give away game 1? Why not win game 1 and then worry about 2 and 3 later?
I really believe circumstances as baseball fans impact our moods and behaviors and feelings towards managers.
Mm-hmm.
If you're sitting in 45-degree weather at Citi Field, you're angry. If you're sitting there in your own drool at 12:15 and you're not used to staying up that late and you're investing time and Paul Blackburn's out there giving up a walk-off hit to the big dumper, you get mad. So I think that does affect your mood. Are you in a bad mood today, Sean?
I'm actually not. I am trying so hard this year to understand, hey, it's 162 games.
Yeah.
You've had these moments. And to be honest, last night was nothing new. If you go back to 2024, when Aaron Boone handled that early road trip with the Astros and Diamondbacks, he was doing the same stuff when Caleb Ferguson was getting called on to get big outs. But guess what? It worked out. He didn't end up losing games like Paul Blackburn. Unfortunately, if Paul Blackburn's on the team, he's going to have to get outs at some point.
Can I ask you one thing real quick?
Sure.
Just as a timeout, quick 30-second. Did you start Cal Raleigh in our fantasy league?
Tiki, I told Evan this before. I started Cal Raleigh, was at the Little League field last night when I looked down at my phone and saw that he was not in the lineup. And then when I meant to pull him for Austin Wells, forgot to.
Oh.
So we got the RBI.
Yeah, and you also avoided Austin Wells' over 3 with 2 strikeouts.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well done,
That's
Sean.
how you manage properly.
Continue. It isn't our problem, but it is kind of amazing that Cal Raleigh needed a mental day.
I know.
4 games into the baseball season.
Whatever that means.
But look,
I mean, he had been bad. That's why.
No, he's been bad.
I get it.
I get it. A lot of guys have been bad. It's 4 games. I mean, the honest truth about the Yankee loss last night is that the offense has been bad.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Ryan McMahon stinks.
Well,
Can we just be honest?
No, he's a great third baseman.
But last night he makes a weird throw,
That's
too.
true, but still.
Look,
made an error last night.
everything has been positive about the Yankees, but it takes one loss to remind you that Ryan McMahon sucking $16 million out of the New York Yankees and like I told you, I was worried about this left side of the infield, is going to be a major problem for this team.
Do us all a favor, and I will try to do the same thing. We cannot go with, like I told you on March 31st.
We're already there.
Sean tried to do that with the Yankee bullpen. He's like, Evan thought the Yankee bullpen was going to be terrible.
Well, they got Wetland and Rivera with Duvall and Bednar. They're going to be fine.
Look,
McMahon stinks.
4 days into the season, the bullpen looks awesome. But 4 days into the season, they haven't hit.
No, you're right.
Like, their great pitching in San Francisco really kind of made you forget that they just haven't hit. I mean, the only guy who's hit so far this season is Giancarlo Stanton. He's the only guy.
Yeah.
And I loved what I saw from Giancarlo last night. He's running around the bases. He hits that little blooper that he got lucky on.
Oh, in the 4th inning.
And he had the guts and the confidence.
I got this.
To try to go to second.
I forgot I can't run. Damn it. And I don't know how to slide.
But the good news is the Yankee offense, and I said this at the beginning of the season, and I'll certainly say it today, 4 days in, they're going to have the best offense in the American League.
Yes.
They just haven't hit so far.
Right.
I mean,
Aaron Judge has 3 hits.
Yeah. 2 of them are home runs.
2 of them are home runs, but he's got 3 hits.
And those are the only home runs the Yankees have hit. Like, the Yankees have not hit a home run outside of Aaron Judge. So when you look at a loss like last
Stan
night.
hit 1.
Oh, yeah, Stan, you're
Yes.
right. My apologies. So you've got 3 home runs. 2 of them are from Aaron Judge. They're going to hit. And they weren't going 162-0 as much as that
that's a
caller
good
to Mike Francesa many years ago suggested it.
But I think the positive to take, if there is a positive, a 2-1 loss, Ryan Weathers looked pretty damn good.
I thought he did a good job after getting off to a shaky start.
Yeah, of course.
It looked like maybe he was a little too pumped up. They didn't get many innings from out of Ryan Weathers. It was kind of the same issue they had with Will Warren a few days earlier, so you kind of make your bullpen have to do a lot when you're only getting 4 1/3 innings. But no, you're right. The pitchings look good. And last night was just one of those nights where the offense didn't hit and it finally caught up to you. My main Met observation as they beat the Cardinals last night is Devin Williams.
Yeah.
It is because, and I've said this to you guys, my biggest worry is that Devin Williams is going to struggle.
Yeah, he's not going to be Edwin Diaz.
Right.
Or not going to get close to Edwin Diaz. But he looked good in game 1.
It's only 2 games for Devin, but that was, of course, his first save opportunity. And as he was coming into the game, I admit this, I said it last night on the Rico, I was nervous. I was almost expecting the Devin Williams implosion.
Oh, I heard that, by the way.
Yeah.
Evan is a loser.
What?
An absolute loser.
Wow.
Loser, 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 loser. I wish I had actually pulled this audio of what Pete Hoffman told us you said about Devin Williams.
Yeah, what I said.
For those that don't listen to the Rico Bronya, Evan basically told Hoff that as soon as Devin Williams came in, get ready for our Devin Williams blown save or whatever the heck you called it.
Implosion.
Implosion Rico.
Yeah,
Devin Williams implosion Rico.
Yeah.
And I'm listening to this. I'm driving in today listening to the Rico, and I'm saying, dude, Evan is a loser. You want your team to lose?
No, I don't.
What is wrong with you?
I do not want my team to lose.
Evan, you got to stop that nonsense, dude.
I think
Seriously.
sometimes as a fan you expect the worst. And sometimes you're confident. Like
He hadn't even got on the mound yet.
I understand, but I'm true to my word. I said to you guys going into the season, my biggest worry was Devin Williams. So it's not like I haven't said it before.
How about say Devin Williams is going to crush it? He's going to make us forget about Edwin Diaz. Not, hey, Hoff, hey, get ready for the Devin Williams implosion Rico.
I think sometimes
that?
during the course of a game, I become very negative, and it's almost like a mechanism to protect my emotions.
Yeah, we got to change that about you.
No, I agree. There's a lot of things I need to change about myself because I don't really think I'm a negative fan. Like, even before the game.
That is negative as negative can be.
No, I don't think I'm a negative fan, but sometimes during games I get really, really negative.
Yes.
That doesn't mean overall I'm a negative fan. Like, before the game, I criticized Carlos Mendoza's lineup. That wasn't being negative. That was an opinion. I didn't like the lineup.
Because of Jared Young?
Who got an RBI double.
Yes. Of course.
Which was a lock to happen. Like, it is on lock that anytime Jared Young's in the lineup and I whine about it, he's going to do something. Like, the biggest one is I had Mendy on the Fanatics Fest Rico Bronya last year.
Oh, yes, I remember this.
And I said to him, quote, "What's your love affair with Jared Young?" And he laughs and he gives an answer. And that night he hit a home run.
Right.
So I'm not even doing it as a reverse jinx. I'm being honest. I didn't want him in the lineup, but it worked out. But in the case of Devin Williams, I am nervous about him. And that's why when you ask me, all right, what's your biggest takeaway from last night's Met win? I'm not going to tell you, well, it's the fact they can't get a big hit because I think they'll be fine. It's not that Bo Bichette looked great defensively because I'm not surprised by that. Give him time.
Yep.
It was that this was Devin Williams' first moment to come into a close game and lock it down.
I would agree with that.
And he didn't just save the game, which is the goal. He made it so that we never had to sweat.
You didn't even think about it.
There was no
It
roller
was
coaster.
pop out, strike out.
Yeah.
See ya.
There was a foul home run, but I
Right.
wasn't that worried about it with a 2-run lead.
It's a foul.
Like, he was locked down. The airbender was bendy. I would argue, and Sean, you could tell me if I'm wrong, that Devin Williams looked as dominant last night as he ever looked in any game as a member of the New York Yankees.
Look, a big theme for me 4 days into the baseball season is how the movement on some of these pitches have looked. And on the Yankees side, I've talked about Doval and Schlittler. Devin Williams, the best way to put it, the bendy of the airbender. The ball didn't move like that once last year.
That's
Not
true.
once.
See?
Even when he got his outs, it wasn't like it was dipping like that. That was incredible. That was not the Devin Williams we saw last year.
Stop bragging. Helsley's got 2 saves for the Orioles, too.
It's not about comparing him.
Yeah, it is.
I haven't brought up any former Met. Like, I didn't bring up that last night was a reunion between
I'm just telling
two
you,
former
every
Mets.
time you bring up Devin Williams, I'm bringing up Ryan Helsley.
But why?
Just because. He sucked for you guys. He did not have a save in 22 appearances.
But that's like-
He's got 2 already for the Orioles.
So is that like a Yankee fan thing because Devin Williams wasn't great for
no,
you?
I'm just
that-
saying, your guys can leave and go be good someplace else.
Of course they can. I'm not-
Tiki, I have a PhD in annoying Met fans as a Yankee fan. Just lay in the weeds. Devin Williams looked great. Say nice things now. You pounce in July.
Nice.
That's the long-term vision.
No, and I get your long-term vision. And by the way, just because he had a nice save last night doesn't mean like, I'm good.
But it is bending.
But you're confident. I mean, you're confident because it looked like what we expect of Devin Williams.
I'm
Like this unhittable airbender, him getting out of innings quickly and without much struggle. It's not like he's walking a guy
Right.
Or giving up a hit and then finally figuring his way out of it. He looked dominant.
I think that what we have to remind ourselves, and this goes for Yankee fans and Met fans when evaluating Devin Williams, is that both of us as fan bases have a view of Devin Williams that's probably not fair, right? The Met
good
fan
point.
negative view of Devin Williams is related to the home run he gave up in Game 3 of the Wild Card Series, plus that he wasn't great with the Yankees. Yankee fans obviously have a negative view of him because that trade didn't work out. Let's just be honest. Like, he was not the guy you thought he was going to be for the year you had him. And you don't want to hear people tell you he was unlucky. Like, the results are the results, and they weren't good. And I think those two things have caused a bias of not trusting Devin Williams. And I raise my hand. I'm a part of it. Like, clearly I'm a part of it. But he was one of the best closers in baseball. And I thought last night was at least a reminder of what he's capable of.
He just needs to get back to a small market team. That's all.
And what do you want me to do with that, T? Should I just ignore him?
Oh, yeah, you should ignore that.
Okay.
Just ignore it.
I need to know. Because I need to know, like...
Let him think he won that one.
Yeah. Okay. You know what, Sean? You got me good on that one.
Thanks, man.
You really did.
Yeah, there is that's the positive. There is the negative, and I think it's been...
What, the lack of clutch hitting?
The lack of clutch hitting, because this is a hangover from last year.
Yeah, but it's different players.
Of course it is, but it's the same stuff.
Yeah.
It's the same situations. You got, 38 guys left on base in the first 4 games. You got 11 for 53 with runners in scoring position.
And that was after a good opening day.
I know. Right. They hit, what did they have, 8 hits in opening? Or 5 hits, I think it was, on opening day. So whatever it is, it hasn't been good. But, you're 3-1.
Yeah,
and so
no, you take it.
You take it because at some point that should get better, especially with the remaking of this roster with the Bo Bichette's of the world, and obviously Soto and Lindor off to a great start. His OPS is over 1,000 already. So it feels like this is not something to worry about, but because you talked about it all last season, you can't help but look at it.
Well, I also think there are a few things that are very frustrating as a baseball fan. I think the Yankee fan experienced one of which is not having your better players on the field and losing a game at 12:15 at night. Mm-hmm. And the other thing that's really frustrating is when you watch your offense not hit, especially when they've got a million opportunities and they can't come through. You go back to the very beginning of this game. It started with a Lindor triple. They were lucky to get that run in. Juan Soto hit a ground ball right at the shortstop Mason Wynn, and the infield was charging in Bobby Valentine style. And then Bo Bichette hit a ground ball right at the second baseman, but they were doing the contact play, I think because there was one out, thinking, hey, let's just be a little bit more aggressive with one out compared to 0 outs. And luckily, J.J. Weatherholt, the rookie, just couldn't get the ball out of his glove. Mm-hmm. That's the only reason the Mets were able to get that run in. Otherwise, that top of the first inning was going to be incredibly frustrating. So it's always tough as a fan when you see that, but get the wins. Just box those wins out, man. Every win matters. So it doesn't matter if everything's clicking. Find a way to win. My other observation, and I think this goes back to what you said about the Yankees and ABS, which we're all drawn in by because spring training didn't really count in this whole thing. This is our first voyage of watching ABS in action.
And, Evan, it is dominating. If you have baseball in your algorithm, so whatever your friends are watching it or you've been watching it, it is dominating social media.
No, rightfully so. It's new, it's different, it's unique. There's a lot of angles to it. And you mentioned at the top, your biggest observation on the Yankees, rightfully so, is that they're amazing at it. Like, they have won 10 consecutive challenges, including catchers and offensive players, since Caballero got the first one wrong. And last night was amazing. I mean, you had Caballero winning 2. Wasn't that in the same at-bat?
Yes.
2 in the same at-bat. You had Ben Rice win 1, Giancarlo win 1, Ben Rice win 1. They are off the charts. Now, if I told you...
And you go back to the series before, in San Francisco, Judge's first home run, he won the challenge and then hit a home run.
Absolutely. So the Yankees are 10 for 11 in total. Do you
10 for 10 and 1 shown on TV.
Okay, fine. They're 10 out of their last 10. I can just say that.
Yeah.
But 10 for 11. Do you know what the Mets record is in challenges?
I don't feel like I'm going to say like 4 of 6.
You're on the right track. They have attempted 4 challenges this season. 4!
I feel like I never see them.
No, because they're not doing it.
Yeah. I was just guessing because I never see them do it.
And here's what's crazy. 3 of them come from the catcher. 2 from Alvarez, 1 from Torrens, and they've been 100% right on turning a ball into a strike. There has only been 1 batter challenge by a New York Met this season. It was Marcus Semien, and he was wrong. So you are noticing, and it is very early, but we're making these observations, the Mets don't challenge a lot.
Right.
The Yankees are the kings of challenges.
Right.
And I don't know if that's going to change. I don't know if like a guy such as Juan Soto or Bo Bichette or you name the player, if they're feeling it out, like they're just pausing a little bit saying, let me feel this out. Eventually I'll get aggressive. But the Yankees don't give any bleep. No. Like they're out there saying, hey, that's a freaking ball and we'll challenge 2 and 1 at bat. We don't care.
I'd prefer a little less arrogance with my challenges, if being honest.
I kind of like it.
Here's why I don't like it.
I kind of like it because you know that especially Stanton is different, but we know how the umpires treat Aaron Judge, and it's like they know that they're right with that low strike, and the Yankees are so good at knowing that they're wrong.
Okay,
and so be arrogant about it because you know you're right.
Okay, but here's the problem. I don't know that the Yankees are going to be this right for this long throughout the season. And I think you're setting an early precedent that going after the umpires about being wrong, when you already have the fail-safe of like you're being proven right, I don't want to taunt them about it.
Here's where I think you're being a tad naive. There is analytics on this. You trust me, the Yankees go into these games and their analytic coaches or whatever you want to call it are telling them this umpire will call 60% of low strikes. This guy will call, a half an inch off the plate 75% of the time.
Right.
And so you go into an at-bat saying, all right, if this is low, I know statistically that he might be wrong.
If you know Mike Estabrook, who was the home plate umpire last night, is prone to calling a low strike, then don't be afraid to challenge.
Right.
And the height of arrogance didn't come from the Yankees. It came 2 days ago from Randy Arozarena, who I think was punched out for a strike, but it was a full count.
Yeah.
Challenged it. And before waiting for the result, ran to first base.
Right, started taking his stuff off and ran to first base. Yeah, I saw that one.
That's the height of arrogance. The thing I don't understand, and maybe we have to ask Aaron Boone this, is why Aaron Boone, after winning a bunch of challenges, is barking at Mike Estabrook. Like, you won.
Right.
What are you?
Well, he's just telling him to be better.
Yeah,
he's telling him to get it right so we don't have to challenge you.
Yeah, but wait a second. As long as you're right, you don't lose anything.
I know, but you still want him to be better.
Okay, so he's better.
You want him to know that we've got you.
He's better on a game versus the Red Sox in June. The Yankees lose 2 challenges. They're out of challenges. If I'm Estabrook, I'm storing that with the human element. Going anything close, you don't get it, and you're out of challenges. That's where I don't like the arrogance in it. You're getting the calls right by challenge. I don't want to rub the umpire's face in it either. That's all I'm saying.
I get your point. It's not even that.
You guys are dumb.
It's more, I don't know why you're arguing when you got it right.
Yeah.
I don't think he was arguing. I think
he was yelling at him.
I think he was just telling him. He's yelling because he's 30 feet away.
Yeah, but what's the point of that? You overturn the call. Like, it doesn't matter. Who cares if Mike Estabrook got 30 of them wrong?
Estabrook is over there probably saying under his breath, stop making me look bad.
Wow.
And so Aaron Boone's just like, well, get it back, get it right.
That's a Mike Estabrook problem, I'll tell you that.
And how about us learning last night, unless you did, you can't use ABS when a position player pitches.
Is that true?
That happened
I
last
heard
night.
that in the, what was that, the Phillies game?
Yes. A position player came in, the umpire said, you can't do ABS. It's part of the rules of ABS. A position player comes in to pitch. By the way, suddenly I guess that doesn't work for Ohtani, but neither here nor there.
Ah, look at you. Well said. We'll get your calls coming up, 888-808-1019. The other thing from last night's Yankee game that we'll play for you coming up is that David Cone got very dirty, and it cracked me up. We'll get to that coming up. Your phone calls, 888-808-1019. And who did Austin Wells refer to as one of the best pitchers in baseball? Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires. From Connecticut to Maine, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Right now, Amazon Hub Delivery is looking to partner with ambitious New York businesses to become Amazon Hub partners. You and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area when it's convenient to you. And with each package delivered, you and your business get paid. Amazon Hub Delivery has no startup cost, no long-term contracts, and no delivery experience required. They are making it easy to earn extra money. Oh, and by the way, you gain some exposure for your business along the way. Sign up to learn more at amazon.com/hub delivery. That's amazon.com/HUB delivery.
This portion of the program is sponsored by Flushing Bank. It is also sponsored by JAG Physical Therapy. JAG Physical Therapy proudly announces their new location in Belleville, located at 630 Washington Avenue. The new location provides a wide range of physical and occupational therapy services and is in network with most major insurances. Learn more or schedule an appointment at jagpt.com.
Life's rewarding, especially with Flushing Bank's Complete Cash Rewards program. Just open a personal or business complete checking account to get started. With 30 New York Metro locations, there's nothing easier or more rewarding. Visit flushingbank.com today. Member FDIC.
The Nets take on the Hornets, 7:30 tonight.
Going to the rim, and he slams him with the left hand.
The home of Brooklyn Nets basketball is The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the iHeartRadio, TuneIn, and Odyssey apps.
Hey fans, on Sunday, April 19th, when the Yankees take on the Royals, take your family out to the ballpark for the chance to receive a very special kids giveaway. It's Hershey Park Kids Ticket Giveaway Day. The first 10,000 kids, 14 and younger, in attendance will receive a Hershey Park Kids ticket, courtesy of Hershey Park. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com/tickets. That's the Yankees and Royals on Hershey Park Kids Ticket Giveaway Day, Sunday, April 19th. Visit Yankees.com/tickets today.
Hey everyone, Boomer Esiason here. I've spent years on the field learning what really matters most: reliability, consistency, and trust. That's why I love Red Pocket Mobile. You choose from 3 major 5G networks. Plans start at just $10 a month and stay there. Plus real customer care answers in under 2 minutes. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
Hi, it's Alicata here for CertaPro Painters. I've been spending a lot more time at home lately, and my home is a happy place, especially when my wife is happy. For me, sometimes that can be challenging. But my friends at CertaPro Painters, they had no such problems. Big jobs or small, the good folks at CertaPro Painters are at your service. If you've been putting off a painting project, give them a call now at 1-800-GO-CERTA. That's CERTA with a C, and you'll see exactly what I mean. 1-800-GO-CERTA. And hey, ask about their spring sales event and get 10% off on qualifying projects.
Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in our community. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com.
Diving for that grounder got you grounded? Oof, we've got specialists for that. Layup, take you down? We've got specialists for that. With nearly 50 Castle Connolly top doctors, Orland & Cohen specialists are considered among the best in the nation by their peers, which can mean a better outcome for you. From Staten Island to Southampton, our network is open 7 days a week, so you can feel better, faster. Visit OrlandCohen.com.
When your money gets tight, you have to make some tough choices. Do you pay the mortgage, pay the credit cards, or pay the IRS? For lots of people, taxes get pushed aside until the letters start, then the threats, then the action, bank levies, wage garnishments. You can stop worrying. The IRS is offering new opportunities to help you resolve your back taxes, and Guardian Tax knows how it all works. If you owe more than $10,000 in back taxes, you may qualify to reduce your total tax debt by a very significant amount, even if you're years behind on filing. But timing matters, and so does who you trust. Guardian Tax knows the system and how to work it in your favor. They step in, deal with the IRS directly, and fight to protect what you've worked so hard to earn. In today's economy, you can't afford to lose more. Call Guardian Tax now for a free confidential consultation. 800-404-4307. 800-404-4307. Don't wait for the IRS to make the next move. Make yours first. Call now. 800-404-4307.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
H.L. Gross Jewelers of Garden City is Long Island's premier engagement and wedding ring destination. Visit H.L. Gross today or online at hlgross.com.
Town Fair Tire, the area's largest independent name brand tire dealer, sells any Continental tire you choose at the guaranteed lowest price. And Town Fair gives you the most free services for life on your Continental tires. So if you're searching for the best price and the most free services for life on Continental tires, get a Town Fair tire, because nobody beats a Town Fair tire deal. And I mean nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
The most important meal of the day just got better at Dunkin'. Now you can get a medium hot or iced coffee, 6 crispy hash browns, and a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, all for $6. That's a full breakfast meal for $6. 6 crispy golden hash browns, a warm, delicious bacon, egg, and cheese, and a medium coffee to start your day right. Do breakfast the Dunkin' way and order Dunkin's $6 meal. No substitutions, participations, and times may vary. Limited time offer cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
There's a difference between liking a house and actually getting it. Redfin is built to make up that difference and close the gap between finding and owning the home for you. Redfin agents close twice as many deals as other agents, so when you find a home you love, you're not a step behind when it's time to make an offer. That means less watching great homes disappear and more focus on the ones you'll actually move into and call home. Redfin helps turn saved listings into real addresses. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
DQ presents the Blizzard Double Flip Deal. For a limited time, when you buy one Blizzard treat, you get a second for just 99 cents. That's 2 Blizzards, 2 spoons, 2 flavors, and 2 flips. So don't miss out on the Blizzard Double Flip Deal, available only for a limited time and happening now at DQ. Because the only thing better than a Blizzard treat is a second Blizzard treat for just 99 cents. It's a deal to flip for. The Blizzard Double Flip Deal. Participation may vary.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
This Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ, precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. Theme to start the show, the Yankees' undefeated season is over. They will not be chasing down the Miami Dolphins. They fell to the Mariners 2-1 on a walk-off single by Cal Raleigh. The Yankees did go 5 for 5 on ABS challenges in the game. The Mets, behind a strong start from Clay Holmes, beat the Cards 4-2. Boo Bichette knocked in 2 runs to get the fans off his back. And the Islanders were crushed by the Penguins 8-3, but do remain 3 points up on Ottawa, the last team on the outside looking in on the playoffs.
What was so crazy about that game is they were winning 3-1, and I had it on one of my TVs, and all of a sudden I look back and it's 3-3, and then I look back and it's 5-3, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? So it turned, and it turned quick. They gave up 8 goals in the second and third period. They actually shut out the Penguins in the first period. So, wow. Yeah, it was crazy. Bad loss for the Islanders. And you mentioned how the Yankees aren't going undefeated. There are 0 undefeated teams in Major League Baseball 4 games into the season. No one is undefeated. And you know how many teams don't have a win? One,
yeah.
The A's.
Yeah, team me and Evan thought would be better.
Well, I still think they will be.
It's over, man.
Well, you got to stop with that.
You don't get a win 4 games in, you're out.
Okay.
You've been eliminated.
Okay, whatever you
Right.
say. Whatever
You
you
can't
say.
win the division in the first week, but you can bury yourself.
You can bury yourself, but they're only 3 games back at Texas. No problem. They'll be all right. We'll get to David Cohn getting very dirty during the broadcast last night in a second. But let's get to some of your calls. 888-808-1019, the number. Ray is in Babylon. Hey, Ray.
What up, Ray?
Hey, guys. Good morning. A couple of takeaways from the Yankee game last night. I was embarrassed and cringing for the umpire. I mean, the ABS, was, as you know, you guys were saying, was just completely dominated by the Yankees. It got to the point where it was embarrassing.
Yeah.
I think one of them was like an inch and a half off the strike zone.
No, it was a tenth of an inch. I know it's what you're talking about. You're right. It was a tenth of an inch.
And I'm watching this. I'm like, I don't believe what I'm watching.
Right.
And David Cohn was saying, well, it's all going in the Yankees' favor. It was as if Boone heard Cohn and they started barking at the umpire. But here's the deal. Here's the deal. And here's what we're going to see the rest of the season. The umpires are on notice. If you don't want to embarrass yourself, make the right call.
You hit it. You hit it, Ray. That's why I don't feel bad. I have to be honest with you. Like, they're messing up calls. Now, granted, some of them are very close. Some of them are by a millimeter. I get it. But you won't be embarrassed if you get it right. And something I've said for a year, since they announced this as a test drive in spring training last year, I've said this for a year. Gio has been passionate about this every time they've talked about it. And that is, eventually, every call should just be made by a computer. And I think we'll get there.
Right.
I do. But it's funny.
Well, they tested that, though.
I understand it. And once they feel confident in it, it'll happen.
Yeah. I think it's just a matter of, I think that the umpires want it because it eliminates what we're seeing.
Right. You don't want to be embarrassed.
Right. You just let it go through the machinations itself. If something goes awry and you're needed as a home plate umpire calling balls and strikes, then you take over. But if you can get it exactly right, just let them get it.
But here's what's crazy: if you watch the Mets and the Yankees, if you're one of those fans that watches both, they're like 2 different sports when it comes to ABS.
Yeah,
because there is barely a challenge in a Met game. In fact, last night's Met game, there were 0.
Yeah,
there wasn't any. Offense, catch it, 0.
I think the one thing why the ABS has also become interesting from a fan viewership perspective is that now there's content. There's content that is getting repurposed into social media. You hear it on game day, the home crowd, let's say, their player challenges, it gets right. There's like a raucous reaction. Like it's content. And so it's actually a good thing from a popularity standpoint.
Yeah, from that standpoint.
But I could see what our last caller was talking about. I can feel these umpires just starting to get like this. I just want to wring your damn neck.
But imagine
challenging that thing because they're going to be right.
Oh yeah. But imagine like the Mariner fan last night. Okay, so you're at Safeco Field. I'm sorry, I still call it that. I'm not calling it T-Mobile Park. You're at Safeco Field last night. You're all excited. Strike 3. Oh, wait, there's a challenge. It's a ball.
Right.
There's another strike. You're, feel good. Oh, wait, it's a ball.
And that's the thing.
You're getting frustrated at the umpire, too.
I think that's the thing about it is that when teams are really good at it, like the Yankees, they're going to be right.
Right.
And so it's just going, and that's what the umpire is saying, too.
Michael is in Bloomfield, New Jersey. Hey, Michael.
Hey, Evan and Tiki. How you doing this morning? What's up, Sean?
What's up?
How are you?
So, Evan, Evan and Tiki, before I get to something, I want to say, Evan, I'm sorry. I heard you're an Islanders fan. They got beat last night. I do hope they make the playoffs.
I do, too. It's going to be a battle. Every game is huge, and that was a damaging one last night to Penguins.
Well, I'm a Devils fan, so they're done. I'm so disgusted with them.
Yeah, but they won a few to end the season. So, I mean, it's been all right.
No, it hasn't. It's been all right.
It's been terrible. It's been terrible.
It's a terrible season.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So, Tiki, I heard a rumor yesterday that the Giants are trying to bring Odell back. Is that true? And, Evan, I'm very happy about the Mets right now. I'm a little concerned about Vientos not getting any playing time. Is Mendy scared to play him? I do like Beatty at first, though.
Yeah, I don't understand the dynamic with Mark Vientos. We all get he had a bad year last year. We all get he had a terrible spring training, but he's on the roster.
Yeah.
And in the one at-bat he got in a big spot, he ripped a base hit.
Right.
And so yesterday felt like the perfect opportunity to get him in a game, especially over Jared Young, who's a 30-year-old journeyman.
Jared Young was elite yesterday for you.
Okay, that's after the fact. But let's talk about before the fact.
I know. Look, there is a feel about Mark Vientos that what we saw 2 seasons ago is who he is, and last year was an anomaly.
Well, the Mets don't agree because they don't play him.
From our standpoint,
right.
From a viewership standpoint, even a fan standpoint, you pine for what you saw 2 years ago when he hit 20 home runs in however many weeks it was.
And was incredibly clutch in October. Let's not forget that.
Dude, they were comparing him to Giancarlo Stanton. No. This is a baby Giancarlo Stanton. You remember that comparison? Yeah. And I was like, he's not that big. And then you see him, you're like, dude, he is that big. Like, he has that potential as a righty stick for the Mets. But the problem is, it feels like they're pigeonholing him into this platoon, can't hit righties type of player. But his splits don't tell you that.
Give him a chance.
Give him a chance.
That's all I'm
still
asking
young.
for. Yeah, I want to make it clear. I'm not telling you Mark Vientos is going to be the guy from 2024. I have no idea what he is. But give him some opportunities. And last night was a perfect example of it. You're going to sit Luis Robert Jr., which is not a surprise because Mendy basically told us that in spring training, that he's going to get days off because they're trying to get ahead of him getting hurt. And so I asked him in spring training on that Rico interview I did with him, I said, is he an everyday player? And he's like, well, how do you define an everyday player? Which is code for he's going to sit once or twice a week. So no problem with sitting Luis Robert Jr. despite his quick start. But last night was a perfect chance to just get Vientos a game. Mm-hmm. And I know it's a righty, but it's Kyle Leahy. The guy's a converted reliever. Give Vientos a chance. I'm not telling you he's a superstar. Right. I'm just asking that every once in a while, give him some at-bats.
Right.
And so what I would do tonight, I'll get ahead of it, is Jorge Polanco, who did have 2 hits last night, is dealing with his Achilles issue, give him a day off and DH Mark Vientos. Simple.
I mean, it's simple as that, but it doesn't feel like that's in the cards.
I know.
And he's not playing. He's not going to play clearly every day. So what is he to you?
Well, to them, he's nothing because he can't play over Jared Young. Kevin's in New Jersey. What's up, Kevin?
Hey, what's up, fellas? How you doing?
All's well.
Good.
So I wanted to a quick piggyback off one of the previous callers. It is just such a sweet, sweet day of justice that have had a generation of watching CB, a.k.a. Certifiably Blind Buckner, blow calls for 20 years. and now we just get to watch him implode upon himself. It's just such a sweet day for us baseball fans.
Yeah, no, you're right about that, Kevin. I wonder if there will be any repercussion for the missed calls, the number of missed calls that he has.
It's
We'll
just
find
so
out.
nice to say. But I don't know if you guys have seen this, but you've seen like these guys on social media and after these overturned calls, and only a piece of the ball hits the plate.
Yep.
And they're saying, no, this shouldn't be a strike. This shouldn't be a strike. I'm like, did you guys ever grow up playing Little League baseball or wiffle ball in the backyard? You'd set up a fake strike zone. You put up a frying pan, or not frying pan, like a cookie sheet.
Yeah.
And you you throw your pitch, and it just nicks the plate or nicks the strike zone, and it tings like, oh, it's strike three. It's like, well, it wasn't enough of a strike. It wasn't enough of a ting. It wasn't loud enough. No, it tinged. It's an automatic strike.
Right.
Like, these people just don't know what the strike zone is. I don't know what you guys think about that.
Well, it's simple. It's straightforward. It's a strike. The issue I have, it's not even an issue, but the observation I have on those kinds of plays is I totally understand our last caller saying, hey, this is sweet justice for the bad umpires.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree. Like, you miss a call, now we're getting it right. When you have a call like that, though, where the baseball barely grazes the strike zone, yes, it should be overturned. Yes, it's a strike, but we don't need to penalize the umpire because that's a really
It's not egregious.
difficult call.
Right, it's not egregious.
No.
It's not a full ball outside of the strike zone.
Right. Like, there's a difference between one that misses by a considerable amount.
And the thing about the ABS is it tells you.
Yeah.
Like, we're watching the replay on, Jazz Chisholm just challenged a low strike. It was 1.5 inches.
Yes.
Outside of the strike
That's
zone.
a bad
below the
miss.
strike. That's a bad miss. But you're also going to see, I don't know, I think it already happened actually, where there was one, it was 1/10 of an inch.
Well, that's why, like, what we shouldn't do is view an umpire's percentage and use that against him because not all missed calls are created equal.
Right.
Not all of them are created equal. Now, one aspect of the ABS that was fascinating, and a great job by David Cohn and Michael Kay bringing this up last night.
I am a damage freak.
They remeasured all of the players' heights for this ABS strike zone.
Yes.
Because it's specially for each player based on their height. So Kay and Cohn did a great job of explaining why so many players have different heights now. Like, a lot of people lost a few inches based on the fact that they probably lied about their height. Take a listen to this exchange between Michael Kay and David Cohn. And, of course, David Cohn. 4'3".
Yeah, if you're in high school and you're really 5'10", you might tell the coach, well, put in 6 foot. It's not a legal document, but now it becomes very important because every strike zone is shaped to that person's size at the plate.
Who doesn't lie about their size? I know I did.
Wait for the silence. 3, 4, 5, 6.
0-2 on J-Rod.
Yeah,
he
David.
worded that wrong. He should have said, who doesn't lie about their height?
No, I think he did it right, actually.
I think he's studying the Clyde Frazier tape.
Yeah, I think David knows what he's doing. I'm surprised Michael just sat there, though.
I am a damage freak.
I mean, you could have added to that.
He's like, what do I say? If I say the wrong thing, I'm going to get canceled. I can't say that because that would be insulting his whatever. That's what he was thinking.
I know what
I'm just going to say nothing.
I know what I would want to say, and I would have to, like, be careful about it, but I would refer to the Mets bullpen. That's all I'd say. I'd leave it at that. You have no idea.
What?
You have no idea.
The Mets' current bullpen?
No. Sean, do you have any idea?
Dicky Lovelady?
I want you to do me a favor. Both of you, actually. You can go down the rabbit hole if you'd like. Can you Google David Cohn and Mets bullpen? Or David Cohn and...
David Cohn Mets bullpen?
Yeah.
Why?
I'm not going to do that because the pot to the computer's up.
Well, I don't think there's going to be any kind of crazy sound.
There goes Tiki.
You should look at it, David
There
Cohn.
goes Tiki.
And
I'm looking
and the
at
Met
it.
ball. Nothing jumps out of you?
Stuck in the rabbit hole.
No.
Let me figure out what you're supposed to Google to get what I'm looking for. David
Frequently
Cohn.
pitched in high-pressure situations, often cited for his durability and ability to start and relieve. Signed a minor league deal with the Mets to return. Primarily a starter. What am I looking for? 19 strikeout game with the
guess it
Mets in
wasn't-
1991.
I mean, no, it's bullpen, so it doesn't pop up.
No.
Everybody knows about David Cohn in the bullpen. No.
David Cohn, Mets bullpen.
All right. Should I just read you the headline and we can all move on with our day?
Well, I do see this one for some being sued.
Yeah. Okay. What do you got?
I don't want to.
David Cohn allegedly lured 2 women into the bullpen area of Shea Stadium in 1999, and they did something. You know what? I'm done.
Wait, it's a.
This was meant for you
to read it.
This was meant for you to see. I don't want to break this down. It was a long time ago.
And then he had this self-act in front of them.
Yeah, there we go. There you go. It took you a while to get into that rabbit hole, but
well, I mean, it was like a pay. You got to pay for the thing.
I'll send you down a much more cleaner rabbit hole in a second. I want you to hear Michael K. describe on the broad, because this was fascinating to me, and this is so up Tiki's alley. Here's Michael K. describing why Major League Baseball is measuring baseball players at a certain time of the day. Take a listen to this.
And I found out, David, I never realized this, that they conducted these measurements from 10 in the morning to noon because there's statistical proof that people shrink later in the day. So they wanted to get you for those 2 hours from 10 to noon. That's when they did all the measuring.
May I ask a dumb question?
Doesn't that make sense?
No, it doesn't make sense.
Why doesn't it make sense?
The game's at 7 o'clock at night.
Let me ask
We
you.
should have their shrinked height,
Okay.
not their height
Okay.
at 10 a.m. There's no game at 10 a.m.
I asked my kids this.
Yes.
And they got it right. How much does the Earth weigh?
I don't know the answer to that.
Sean?
Why are you even looking over here?
How much does the Earth weigh?
I mean, I feel like if I give an answer, it's going to be really dumb.
Yeah.
7 pounds.
Nothing.
Oh, see, I was close. I was only 7 pounds off.
Nothing. But if you're on Earth, you weigh something.
Right.
So why is that?
Because of gravity.
Exactly.
Okay.
So what does gravity force?
It forces you down.
Down. So if you have air pockets or whatever is, I forget what the, between the spinal columns in your spine, when you're sleeping, when you're flat and you wake up, they're not as compressed. Over the day, it compresses.
Okay.
Because of gravity.
Totally makes sense. And I'm not saying that we don't shrink ever so slightly.
Yes.
What I'm asking is why is baseball measuring people between hours of the day that there are no games? We want the accurate height. That's what Kay's telling us. They want the accurate height. So measure people at 8 o'clock at night when most games take place.
Well, here's the problem.
What am I missing?
Here's what you're missing. Because now if I'm going to take what Tiki's saying, because he is saying it very confidently. What are we talking about here? It's not even there's no way it even measures out to an inch. It's got to be the most subtle.
Have you seen the strike zone?
Sean, you know guys lie about less than an inch.
I know, but
are we going back to that now?
In terms of Evan, when you're talking, Tiki, when you're talking about like air going down, what are we talking about?
Sean, there was a missed strike.
Exactly.
By a 1/10 of an inch. 0.1 of an inch.
Every millimeter counts.
It counts.
But again, and I don't think you guys are
it's
hearing
so
me.
inexact. But Evan is actually right.
Thank
I'm
you.
ignoring him because I'm just talking over him. But his point is absolutely right.
Thank you.
It should be measured right before game time and applied immediately for that specific game.
Yeah, I was screaming at the TV. Because, first of all, I thought it was great information, so I appreciate Kay and Cohen for even breaking it down, because I didn't know about that.
I didn't either. That's
but
awesome.
As he's saying, between 10 and 12, because, people shrink, I'm like, dude, there's no baseball game at 10 a.m.
You know why?
I don't understand.
I'll tell you why. Because it benefits the umpire.
Okay, now we're talking business.
Because it makes the strike zone bigger.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so it benefits the umpire.
Fine. That's a fine answer.
Nah, people shrinking is clickbaity. That would be a bigger story if we actually shrunk. We're just accepting this.
I was in the pool.
Well played.
Is that okay? Because that's a Seinfeld reference.
Jerry won't quote it, but Tiki will.
Let's go to Joe in Suffern. Hey, Joe.
Hello, gentlemen.
What's up?
Yeah, this is Joe from Suffolk.
All right. Well, good to hear from you. What's up?
This is for Evan.
Yeah.
Evan, I get all my baseball through the radio.
Okay.
Because I'm in the car a lot.
All right.
So picture this: you're listening to an announcer, and he's calling a game, and he says, "Pitcher popped him up." What comes to mind for you? I want to see if we're on the same page. I think we
I
are.
would say a fly ball in the infield. That's what a pop-up would be to me.
Yeah, me too. So last year, I'm a Mets fan. I listen to a lot of Yankee games because I love baseball.
Right.
So I'm listening to a Yankee game, and the guy says, the announcer says, popped him up, and, 2 outs, And I'm thinking, same thing. An infielder got the ball right behind the pitcher's mound or whatever. And then he says, and of course, the Mariners scored another run on as the runner tagged up from third base. And I'm thinking to myself, what the heck is that all about?
I mean, Joe, it could have been worse. We've had calls over the years in which it sounds like this. Popped it up. It is high. It is far. I'm just kidding, John. I love you. I don't know. I mean, the pop-up doesn't have to be in the infield. I was just being honest that that's what jumps into my head.
When you say pop, it's the word pop.
Yeah.
It's like a pop-up is just kind of like a non-well-struck ball that hit the top of the bat and is going high, and then someone's got a corral underneath it. They got plenty of time because it's popped up. And then when it's, at the warning track, you're like, dude, that's not a pop-up. That's a drive.
Yeah.
Right? So I think it's the word pop. If it's a high-fly ball, even if it's infield or outfield, then, if it goes out of the ballpark, you get it. But a pop-up that now is at the warning track, that doesn't make any sense.
Ross is in West Point. Hey, Ross.
Hey, how you guys feeling today? Nice work.
Thank you, man.
Feeling good. Thanks for asking. What's on your mind?
So does it make the strike zone smaller, or does it just make it lower?
I think it makes it taller, right? If you're taller, like it brings it up a slight amount. That's what I think it does. Based
because
on your
the
height.
only thing that's shrinking is could be your spine. So your knees aren't getting lower, right? So if you're starting from the ground and measuring up, then your knees are going to be the same spot, whatever, from 10 o'clock in the morning then 8 o'clock at night.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be where the top of your numbers are.
Right.
That's what's going to be lower. So it raises the strike. It makes it bigger.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so it makes it taller.
I want you to keep thinking because we're about to play a brand new game. It's called
I'm actually confused now.
Me too. That's why I moved on. The new game is called Who is Austin Wells Talking About?
Okay.
Of course, Austin Wells, catcher of the New York Yankees. After the game last night, you know the way I am. I like to listen to everything everybody says after games. Austin Wells made this brief comment.
It's one of the best pitchers in baseball.
He's one of the best pitchers in baseball. Who was Austin Wells talking about?
Luis Castillo.
You're wrong.
That's a great guess because he is one of the
just
better.
Mowed you down.
Yeah, he said, "I'm gonna be your daddy," and he did a great job. Luis Castillo is incorrect.
You're wrong.
Who is Austin Wells talking about? I'll ask you, Sean, because he doesn't know the answer, or at least if he does, it would be a guess, or he heard the post-game press conference. Who is he referring to when he said he's one of the best pitchers in baseball?
I'm going to go the polar opposite and hope that this is not the case, but it feels like Evan's asking because it's ridiculous. Paul Blackburn.
You're wrong.
It's not Paul Blackburn. Anyone else?
One of the best pitchers in baseball.
You got a lot of options. I mean, Max Fried's pitching today. Maybe he was talking about him.
Which means it's not. Evan wouldn't have mentioned that.
Yeah, Fernando Cruz.
You got it.
Are you stupid? Are you a stupid person?
He referred to Fernando Cruz as one of the best pitchers in baseball. And I know you like him, Sean.
I love
and
Cruz.
he did a great job
really
last
good
night.
last year, and he was good last night.
Best pitcher in baseball?
No, one of.
Okay.
One of the best relievers in baseball?
Play the clip one more time. This is what Austin Wells said last night about Fernando Cruz.
It's one of the best pitchers in baseball.
Austin, you got to come back to me on that.
Hold on, though. I think you misheard him.
I didn't. I heard the whole thing.
It's one of the best pitchers in baseball.
One of the best pitches in baseball that he has?
Say it again.
It's one of the best pitchers in baseball.
No.
Dude,
I think he says pitches.
I think he says pitches.
The Cruz slider there?
Hold on. Let's hear it again.
It's one of the best pitchers in baseball.
Oh, it's definitely saying pitches. He's definitely saying pitches. Now, maybe this is my brain just listening to what you told me to hear because your brain does that.
I know. But I didn't. Nobody told me that, and I heard it. I don't hear the pitchers.
All right.
I think
he says best pitchers, he says best pitcher, best pitcher, best pitchers. Play it again.
Best pitcher.
It's one of the best pitchers in baseball.
No, he says pitches.
Well, you guys have become shells.
Good job. Good job, Sean.
Oh, have you been hanging out with Big Mac?
Welcome to hell.
I mean, that's chilly.
It was Chris McMonaco, his fat ass.
That's my favorite one.
We'll get back to your calls coming up. 888-808-1019, the toll-free number. Plus, they're panicking in Philadelphia. and we should laugh at them. But it's time for the Yankee Turning Point of the Game contest. Be the first caller to correctly identify yesterday's turning point of the game at 866-540-WFAN. 866-540-9326. You'll receive a $100 Wendy's gift card. It's from our friends at Wendy's. Eat great, even late at Wendy's. And your flagship station for Yankee baseball, The Fan.
Surfside iced tea and lemonade plus vodka is your go-to drink this golf season. It's light, refreshing, and made with real vodka and zero bubbles. That's right, no carbonation. No bubbles means no troubles. Look for the new half and half variety pack featuring flavors like raspberry half and half in stores now. Cheers to hitting the fairway and cheers to Surfside. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
Total Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is expanding across Long Island, New York City, and New Jersey with new locations opening in Comac, Babylon, and West Orange. Expert care is closer than ever. Their top-rated doctors treat everything from everyday injuries to complex orthopedic conditions. Wherever you are on your journey, they are there to help you move forward. They are the experts at getting you back to being you. Visit TotalOrthoSportsMed.com to schedule your appointment today. Call 855-321-ORTHO.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Philadelphia Eagles general manager Howie Roseman keeps trying to downplay the chances that the team will trade star receiver A.J. Brown. But Howie Roseman isn't fooling me. I think that there is a strong likelihood that A.J. Brown is playing elsewhere next season. Too many reports have already been floated about trade negotiations the Eagles have had. I don't think those are happening and are made public if Philly isn't serious about trading Brown. I'm Nick Costos.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Where you learn matters. At Monmouth University, students study on a vibrant coastal campus with direct access to research, culture, and industry. From classrooms to competition, from creativity to career prep, Monmouth offers a vantage point shaped by location and purpose, blending a personalized learning experience with Division I pride and a rising national profile. Bigger thinking, more inspired. You amplified. Amplify your future at Monmouth University. Learn more at monmouth.edu/amplified.
Hey everyone, Boomer here. If you love eating great food as much as I do, you have to listen up. The Chef IQ Sense wireless thermometer and the mini oven are must-haves in your kitchen. The thermometer helps perfectly cook your chicken, fish, or meat, and the oven is an all-in-one hero that bakes, broils, air fries, toast, and much more. For years now, I've been telling you about how amazing these products are and how they have changed my life. Now it's time to change yours. Go to chefiq.com and don't forget to use the code word BOOMER to save big at checkout. That's code word BOOMER at chefiq.com.
Knicks fans, it's time to hit the court with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. Download the BetMGM app today and add a boost of excitement to every New York game day with same-game parlays, live betting options, player props, boosted odds specials, and the best daily promotions in the business. With the BetMGM app at your fingertips, you can experience the excitement of betting on your favorite players and get in on all the blue and orange action as your New York Knicks drive the lane. Find out why basketball fans love BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. BetMGM, make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York and New Jersey only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Gambling problem? In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is Sal Licata. You definitely don't want your AC system to fail this summer. So call my friends at Edison Heating and Cooling, New Jersey's air conditioning experts. Have them check your cooling system now. I know Edison Heating and Cooling. They are the real deal. Go to EdisonHVAC.com.
All right, they won. You gotta text your buddies. Except you're driving. If you have to respond, pull over. Texting and driving is illegal and could lead to an accident. A safety message from the Rothenberg Law Firm. InjuryLawyer.com.
Batteries Plus presents Power Ballads.
Unless you live in a cave, you need batteries for cars, boats, and smartphones to keep life a breeze. Did you know we sell key fobs? We program them too. From lithium to 9-volt batteries up the wazoo. Batteries Plus, there's no problem too large. Batteries Plus, we're the experts in charge.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
There's a difference between liking a house and actually getting it. Redfin is built to make up that difference and close the gap between finding and owning the home for you. Redfin agents close twice as many deals as other agents, so when you find a home you love, you're not a step behind when it's time to make an offer. That means less watching great homes disappear and more focus on the ones you'll actually move into and call home. Redfin helps turn saved listings into real addresses. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
Hey there, homeowners. The Powerball jackpot is up to $194 million. That's enough money to put that pool in your backyard. Olympic-sized. Get your ticket today.
Get the latest on the Giants and Jets on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
As we sit here on this beautiful Monday. Oh, it's not Monday. What day is it? Wednesday? No, it's Tuesday.
Are you all right?
Not really. I'm a mess.
This is what happens when your wife and kids aren't home.
It's true. Like, I have no
idea.
No idea. I know it was a day of the week. I knew we were here. But as we sit here on this beautiful Tuesday, the final day of March, I think we'd all agree that even if the Mets and Yankees weren't sitting at 3-1, we wouldn't be freaking out. I know there was some booze for Bo Bichette on Sunday, but I don't think we'd be panicking. They are panicking in Philadelphia. When they won on opening day, they've lost the last three games in a row, all at home. Their pitching's been awful. Taijuan Walker was still in batting practice last night. And so I was curious, as a Met fan, how are things going in Philadelphia? Are they truly panicking? And the face of Philly fandom is our guy Broads, who he started playing about a year ago.
Yep.
He's that guy who's on IP, but he's also got his own YouTube channel. Let's check in on him and just see how he's doing with this current 3-game losing streak.
I don't feel like it today. You don't feel like it today. It's not July. It's not the dog days of summer when you're just grinding. You just got embarrassed at home against the Rangers. Your offense did diddly. And now you get a chance to start off fresh against a team that you should annihilate in the standings, although I don't know anymore. And this is what they do? You're going to 44-mile-per-hour pitches in the 9th inning. I watched the whole thing. I am sick in the head. I am sick. Boo!
I think the booing at the end is my favorite part. When is a proper date? Just so we could all get this straight. Because you never know. The Yankees could obviously lose a bunch of games in a row. The Mets could lose a bunch of games in a row. We could, even though we're 3-1 right now, possibly start struggling. When's the proper get worried date?
It's at least 2 weeks in.
2 weeks in?
Yeah, at least 2, because you've been through the rotation a couple times, and it's kind of like, this is what I think these guys are going to be like, and this is what our hitters feel like. It's not one outing for each of your starting pitchers. That's not how you can't judge it now. Now, should you be beating teams that you're losing to teams you should be beating? Sure. But, I mean, what does that even mean in baseball?
Well, and also,
especially in the early part of the season.
You're going to lose. Like the
You
Mets,
don't know what these teams are. You don't know what Texas is.
Right. These teams also could be better than you think.
Right.
The Nationals are probably going to win a game or two against the Mets later this season. Like, it just, when it happens at the beginning of the season, it just jumps out at you more.
Because you had your expectation, and now it's immediately slapped down.
Yeah, but it shouldn't. Like, and honestly, I disagree with your assessment. Like, if you ask me, and you have a right to be annoyed. Obviously, we're annoyed when our team loses. I was even saying earlier, like, as a Yankee fan, you stay up till past midnight. You're annoyed last night. I was annoyed Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, but that's on the road against a good team.
Well, it's also being annoyed is different than panicking. Like, they're two completely different things. You can always be annoyed when your team loses. Like, there's no rule against that. But I honestly wouldn't be worried about my team till June. Like, I think it's a lot later than a couple of weeks.
Yeah, but if you're 1-9,
well, that's okay.
That's after 2 weeks. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we did this with the Braves last year. Remember?
What?
And the Braves were like 1-11 last year.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember this? And you kept saying it's still way too early.
It's the Braves. They'll be fine.
They'll be fine. And we kept saying, no, dude, they've already buried themselves, and they did in fact bury themselves. You can bury yourself.
I think
early.
if you bury yourself standings wise, that's a little bit different. But in terms of just not playing good baseball, it's I don't know. I would wait till June. I'm being honest with you. And the Braves really didn't bury themselves. Like, they got off to a bad start. It was the problem was not that they buried themselves, because remember, they started whatever they started. They got to 24-23. They got back above 500.
I remember that.
It was that they didn't play well. They had injuries. They just didn't play well.
Yeah, but where
they
were
didn't bury themselves. It's not a true statement.
Where were the Mets and where were the Phillies at that point?
Yeah, but they weren't buried at 24 and 23.
No. You're missing, Evan. Yes, they still are. Because
they weren't, bro. They were above 500, 47 games into the season.
Think about this.
That's not burying yourself. Burying yourself is if they started 1-11 and they remained 10 games under 500 basically the entire year, and they were playing from behind.
Relative, did they ever feel like they were making the postseason?
I thought they were, yeah.
No, because of what they had to do to get to 24 and 23 was play then insane baseball that they were never going to replicate again. So they regressed back. So it took when I say bury yourself, it's going to take such an effort to even get to 24 and 23 that you're never going to see that effort again the rest of the year.
No, I don't buy that. I disagree.
It was
with him.
proof was in the
No,
pudding.
it wasn't. Like, the Braves had a July where they went 8-17. Isn't that more of the reason than them getting off to a bad start?
But they can't afford 8-17 when you start the way they started. That's what I'm saying.
The Yankees do this all the time, where they get these massive starts, and then all of a sudden they have an 8-17 August, and you're like, what the hell? But they're still fine.
Right, because they created a cushion.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit different. And all I'm saying is that, look, if I'm 2-12, yes, obviously. If you start to bury yourselves in a true way, you get worried. But in terms of, like, worried about a season, it takes me a while. And you know what my proof is? 2024.
What's
Because
that? Why is that?
Why is that? Because we sat next to each other. Like, as they were struggling in April and May, I remained pretty firm of, hey, it is early. I think they're going to end up better than the way they are. Now, I think what happened is right before their turnaround, their amazing turnaround, which, of course, got them to the NLCS, I think right before the turnaround, there was a loss, Tiki, that damaged my soul enough to say, all right, I'm wrong.
What was that?
I forget which one.
I don't remember that one either.
I don't know if it was the Jorge Lopez game with the throw in the glove. That may have been it, actually, because we were on the air during it. That may have been the game where I was like, all right, I'm wrong.
Yeah, no,
They
I
suck.
do remember you freaking out. And then because it became about the Jorge Lopez.
But think about when that was. That was in late May.
Yeah, it was.
So proof is in the pudding that I have remained very calm for a big part of a season, even when you're struggling early.
Yeah, but with him getting jettisoned and then Francisco Lindor going to lead off, then everything turned.
Right, but I didn't know
You
that
don't
at
know
the
that
time.
that's going to happen.
No.
Right.
So I think for the Philly fan, like, I enjoy laughing at them, but I would not be panicking at 1-3. I think their issue is that the Philly fan wanted to do what the Mets did. They wanted to break the team up. They were kind of frustrated
Well,
by
they've
the
wanted
fact
to do that for a couple of years because they just can't break through.
Right.
They're a good team.
Right.
But they just can't. The same thing happens every year. Even if they get deep, they fall short.
Right. So their fans wanted major changes.
Yes.
They didn't get it, and now they've lost 3 in a row, and they're panicking. But I would wait longer.
Yeah.
I'm a June 1st kind of guy. Yeah. You're a 2-week kind of guy. What about you, Sean?
Only 2 weeks if it stays. If they're 1 in whatever it is, 8 after 2 weeks, then they're in trouble, dude.
I think that's the point.
Well, you guys are over-exaggerating.
It's 2 weeks if it's
just,
really
what's
bad.
it telling you?
What is it telling me? It's a rough 9-game stretch. Is
Okay,
what
so
it's
you've
telling
had
me.
2 horrible, rotate through the rotation through 2 horrible stints through the rotation. Now you're just going to believe that all 5 of those guys are going to figure it out at one time?
No, but I just think that a 9-game sample size is not enough for me to be worried.
But you know that a big
I'm
sample
not talking about being worried for the season. I'm talking about as a fan, that's when I start saying, what in the hell is wrong with you guys? Right? Anything can happen in baseball because it's baseball. But if I'm not screaming after 4 games if I'm a fan in Philly. But after 10 games and you're 1-9, then I'm screaming.
I got to be within 3 games of 500 by the 4th of July or I'm full-blown panic. I'll even give you the 4th of July. But it's a rotating scale on what your record indicates.
By the way, we had a winner for our Yankee Turning Point contest, which you'll always hear right here on the Fan day after a Yankee game between the 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock hour. I think this one is easy to guess. I'm going to go with the walk-off. Like, that seems logical that Cal Raleigh's walk-off hit would be the turning point of last night's Yankee
What
game.
else could it be?
It could be, I don't know.
I'm serious.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, because the Yankees were down 1-0. They tied the game.
Yeah.
There weren't that many scoring opportunities.
I mean, I'm trying to think if there was any, like, a strikeout or.
Nah, it's got to be the Cal Raleigh.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you guys are both wrong.
What?
We're getting tricky here. Yankees failed to drive in Giancarlo Stanton in after the 1-out double in the top.
By the way, I'm not going to yell at you because this is your first time. Do you have the audio of the
I
turning
just
point?
searched for the audio. I do not have the audio.
We don't have the audio of the Yankee turning point in our system?
Not in the Yankee folder.
We
no.
got problems. We got to pick this up around here.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
got to
looking.
be improved here.
Sean, that's your job now. Your job every
that's
morning.
your job now. Make sure the turning point is there. What are we doing?
Let's add a 14th job to my repertoire. No problem. Yeah, I don't see it there. Now, here's the thing. I think they play it on the postgame, but
That's
whatever.
what I'm saying. Of course they play it.
They definitely play it, so it should be somewhere.
It should be somewhere. So we have what's called a Yankee folder.
Yeah.
And there are 4 highlights in there from last night's game, none of which are the turning point.
Is there a turning point for it?
Well, now you're asking me questions. Not
Not that turning point. Yankees turning
By
point.
the way, you know what this all proves? If there's no highlight of what was announced as the Yankee turning point, then it wasn't the turning point.
Well, don't say that legally.
No,
it was the turning point.
No, hold on. Yes, it was legally the turning point. It means that Emmanuel Barbari damn effed up. That's what it means.
How did he F up?
Because he picks the turning point.
Yeah. So that's on. He's got to rely
That's
on
a
whoever's
bad
in
job.
the newsroom.
That's a bad job out of him.
I actually like that Emmanuel's taking this seriously and picking real turning points and not just going, oh, this guy had a hit.
Well, he knows how to work the system, so shouldn't he come in and log it?
Yeah. And also, the very first caller I answered got the turning
That's
point
because
right.
they heard the postgame show. So apparently, in the 9th inning,
yes, she
right
did hear
before the
postgame
Mariners walked it off, Giancarlo Stanton had that double. Jazz Chisholm grounded out. Unfortunately, he didn't come through.
Chisholm!
And then Ahmed Rosario struck out. That's the Yankee turning point. And respectfully, I disagree.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you. So this is like the old days. Joe and I would always rip this idea.
But it doesn't need to be a Yankee.
What do you mean it doesn't need to be a Yankee? It's the Yankee turning point of the game. What was the turning point of last night's Yankee game?
Cal Raleigh's RBI single.
I agree with you.
Actually, the real turning point was the bullpen doors opening with Paul Blackburn coming in.
That's true. But I'm saying it doesn't need to be a Yankee doing something.
Well, no, I understand that. I know what a turning point is. This is Ahmed Rosario striking out is not the turning point of last night's
That's
game.
what I agree. So how is this?
Can you text Emmanuel and tell him he screwed up? It's okay. Like, he picks the winner, so legally we have a winner.
All right,
I'm
we
not
got to
that.
do some work in the next little bit because we got to figure out what Emmanuel said.
What do you mean what he said? He picked the wrong turning
I know,
point.
but why?
Because
there has to be a reason why.
I'll tell you why. Because it was 12:45 at night, and Emmanuel wasn't thinking straight. And I'm a big Emmanuel Barbari guy, but he got it wrong. What can I tell you? I can't believe this is the second day of us doing the Yankee turning point, and we're going scorched earth.
Yeah.
Like, we are just blitzkrieging this.
And I'm going to just, as long as we're doing house cleaning, we're here. If you call up this season for the Yankee turning point winner, and you speak to me, my first year dealing with this, blanket statement, you're getting a $100 Wendy's gift card.
Well, I said that in the read. That's fine.
Exactly. Stop asking me for tickets. Because we're not going to play this game all year.
And I will remind you, it's a contest. So they did pick a turning point. I am right now expressing that they got it wrong. That's all. So if you called up and said, Ahmed Rosario striking out to end the 9th inning, you're right. You're not the wrong one. Emmanuel's the wrong one. And I love Emmanuel. But, I mean, that's a bad turning point. That's a terrible job by him.
You picked the ending of the game as a turning point. How can a game turn when it's
It's
over?
a walk-off.
But it's not turning. It's over. It's when the critical point turned in the other favor.
Okay, when you go to bed, what do you do to your lights?
It depends. If my wife wants to see my chest or not.
You turn them off.
Okay.
Cal Raleigh turned the game off. It's a turning point.
You guys are dumb.
I agree. Me and Tiki are simpatico.
Good enough for me, Tiki. Hard to argue that.
Let's go to Mike in Westchester. What's up, Mike?
Hey, Mike.
Mike.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yep. What's up, dude?
Yes. What's on your mind?
Evan, Tiki, Sean, big fan, proud YouTube viewer. Hope you guys are doing well. I wanted to add on to what David Cohn said on air. A couple years ago, 2022 or 2023, something like that, Ryan Rucco and Cameron Maben were on the call, and they cut to someone prepping one of the baseballs by rubbing the mud on it or whatever they do.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. And Maven goes something along the lines of, yeah, he's really rubbing those balls. And it went totally silent. The loudest silence you ever heard in your life. Later that year, Maven goes on Twitter and said that they were laughing so hard they had to mute their microphone. So, now, I don't know if Michael K. would ever admit it, but do you guys think that that's what happened last night with the silence, that they just had to mute themselves?
It's interesting because you heard the crowd noise, though. And so, but there is a stadium mic.
Yes, it's not their mic that picks up
that might have been the case.
Yeah.
Because all you heard was the crowd.
Yeah,
you didn't hear anything inside the booth.
I get the impression,
Yeah.
and I don't know him very well. He's a nice guy, but I get the impression Michael K. has got a dirty mind.
I am a damage freak.
So my assumption would be, yes, when David Cohn talks about lying about his size, that, yes, I think he probably cracked up. But all I know is I have an obsession today, because as you know, I have a lot of time on my hands. I need to find the Cameron Maben clip. I need to find him talking about the balls being rubbed up in a random Yankee game a couple years ago.
Evan, you spoke to me about 15 minutes before the show, and you said, today I just need to turn the brain off and go take a nap after work.
I did say that, yes.
Go do that. Don't be searching out Cameron Maben clips. For the health of you.
And the fact that you haven't caught up on sleep with your wife and kids gone, and Buello and Bella, too?
Yeah, you know why?
And why are you wearing a wrist guard?
Because, what?
Never mind.
I don't know what that means.
Never mind. I get it.
Why would I be wearing a wrist guard?
Family's out of town.
I don't know what that means.
You're dead to me.
Like, what does that mean?
We'll move on.
Okay.
888-808-1019.
Anyhow, what was I saying now? Oh, yeah, because the Yankees played until 12:30.
Oh, that's why. I got it.
Well, I'm catching up on my sleep. Yeah, there's baseball. You know what I'll catch up on my sleep? Tomorrow, when both the Mets and the Yankees play day games. I mean, God bless Rob Manfred for giving that to us on a Wednesday afternoon. The Mets at 1:15, the Yankees at 4:30.
I love it.
That is like the greatest thing ever invented.
Get the Sizzler by 6. We're good.
Splitting the signal.
Are they?
No.
Nah, I don't think they're doing that. Let's go to Dave in Brooklyn. What's up, Dave?
What up, Dave?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Yep.
Hey, guys, I don't think you guys know the Cameron Maben story with Michael K.
What happened?
We just heard it.
Well,
no, that was Ryan Rucco you told. I guess there's another story.
Oh, there's another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's the story. Cameron Maben, it was one of his first telecasts on Yes, right? So he said Cameron Maben made a reference that I don't think Kay liked, and I can't remember the exact reference, but it was something like Cameron Maben has like, oh yeah, now I remember.
Okay.
Some guy made a great play on the Yankees, and Cameron Maben said, "Oh, his pimp hand is very strong."
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when he said that, they went silent for a good 10 or 15 seconds, and Michael K. was doing it with him, doing the telecast, and I said, that's it, he's done. He is done. He will not do any more games with the New York Yankees.
Yeah, but do we really know in fairness if Kay was offended by that or said, this guy's not cut out for it? Because that's funny. I know what it means.
Yeah.
And I think it's great. I don't think that's what it was. I got to defend Kay to not think that was like a problem.
You think he didn't get it?
Yeah, he was probably confused.
Yeah, I think so.
He's probably like, I don't know what that means.
I like Joe Beningo.
Okay, well, no one asked you. Talk about random. Let's go to Scott in Union. What's up, Scott?
What's going on, guys? Can you hear me?
Yep, what's up?
Yes, what's up?
Hey, I do a couple of real quick things. I love you guys. I've been listening since day one. My daughter's going to Charlottesville, Tiki, in June for her 10-year reunion this year.
Nice.
So
nice.
I love when you bring up UVA on the air.
I have my 30th coming up next year, which is insanity.
Oh, God.
I know.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Wahoo
I
to her.
actually ball with a mother who's good friends with you. Her son, you and Snooky's daughter.
Oh,
so,
nice.
Every Wednesday night, I ask her how you guys are doing.
CJA, we don't play.
I hear all the stories.
I'm telling you, dude.
It sounds like a lot of fun, what she tells me. But anyway, big time Met fan, 60-year-old Met fan, so season ticket since '86. The Saturday plan. I just finished your book, Evan. It was phenomenal.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It was absolutely phenomenal. I couldn't put it down. I just got back from Vegas and I couldn't put it down. I was at I think you had 84 games in there, and about 20 of them I think I was at. So it brought back a lot of good and bad memories.
Yes.
I think I back to the Mets. I mean, Sal on SNY on Sunday night said he didn't have a problem with the third base coach sending Lindor, and I'm like, that's one of the dumbest comments I've ever heard Sal make. There's stupidity and there's aggressiveness, and unless Lindor is scoring standing up, you cannot send him.
First of all, I know Sal. Sal is a friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure Sal has said plenty of things dumber than that.
The NL East is over.
Look, the problem with the send, to me, wasn't that the Mets weren't being aggressive, because they were aggressive that entire weekend. Like, if that was Sal's point, he's right.
And they're still aggressive.
Yeah, they have been very aggressive on the base paths. It was situational. Like, sometimes you have to look at the situation different. And when you're about to have second and third, nobody out, I would look at that situation as being a little bit more conservative. By the way, I got to tell you, man, I found the geekiest thing last night on social media, and I'm obsessed with it. Are you guys aware of NFL scoregami? You know what a scoregami is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so
Evans a week late on the MLB one?
Yeah. Oh, I just found it. But let me explain real quick for those that aren't aware. NFL scoregami is a score that's never happened in the history of the NFL. And it does happen. Like, I'd say almost once a year you'll get a score.
Especially now with 2-point conversions.
No doubt.
Missed extra points.
Yep.
Like, there's a lot that goes on in football that used to never happen.
No question about it. It's always exciting. Like, oh, it's a scoregami. So I guess it was a week ago, according to Sean, with a smart-ass comment. They came up with MLB scoregami. And when I saw this last night, I'm like, wait a second. Hold on a second.
It's only fascinating because how could you have a scoregami in baseball?
Correct.
There's 162 games for every team.
And there's been games in the modern era since 1901. Like, what would be a scoregami? So I found out that there has been one scoregami this century. In the last 26 years, there's been one. But what I find entertaining is, let's use the Mets as an example. So the Mets won last night 4-2.
Yeah.
They will tell you how many times in the history of baseball that score has occurred. You want to guess?
4-2?
4-2.
I'm going to say 120,000.
Nah, not quite. 8,363 times.
That's it?
That's surprising.
That's it. And then I was like obsessed, like to find out
hold on. How many games have there been in history? That's the exponential calculation that should be really easy to do. I just can't think of how to do it off the top of my head. But you should be able to figure that out.
Well, let me ask you this. What would you guess is the most common score in baseball history?
1-0.
Incorrect. It is not 1-0. In fact, this score, the most common score.
0-1?
0-1? No, I'm not doing that stupid. We'll count them as the same. But the most frequent score in the history of baseball has happened, just so you get perspective on this, 12,951 times. Okay? So that's the top score, 12,000 times. What do you think is the most common score in the history of baseball? You got your one guess, you're wrong. What about you, Sean?
5-3.
Incorrect. 3-2. 3-2. And so
what does that even mean?
It means nothing. It's the dumbest, geekiest thing I've ever seen. I'm going through last night's scores, just seeing how many times it's happened.
This scoregami, is this his new social media account?
Yes.
This feels like it's going to expire its usefulness or interest factor in like a week or 2 weeks.
Why would you say that?
Because what else can you say?
How many times each score has happened?
But why do I care?
Why do we care in football?
Why do I care that 7-4 has been done 1,000 times?
Let me ask you this. If the Mets win
so
tonight...
that if I'm a broadcaster, I can be like, oh, that's the game. The Mariners They win this one over the Yankees 7-4. This score has been accomplished 1,002 times in Major League Baseball history. Why do you care?
So you don't find that one interesting?
No, not at all.
I always love to ask Tiki questions. Like yesterday, I told him that in Mike Vaccaro's book, it was revealed that Willie Mays was about to become the manager of the Yankees. And he's like, dude, that's interesting.
Yes.
Today's scoregami, not flying
Well,
with
it's
you.
interesting, but I always have a follow-up. Why didn't he become a manager?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a great question. By the way, along with MLB scoregami, they also have pitch line-agami. So every starting pitching line, how often that's happened in the history of baseball. Last night, Ryan Weathers' pitching line, unique. First time it's ever happened. Find that one interesting?
Really?
Yeah. Well, think about it. Pitchers wouldn't normally...
4 1/3?
A lot of pitchers in the history of baseball didn't go 4 1/3 innings. So, and strikeouts weren't that high 50 years ago. So you're taking a big portion of history and you're saying this would rarely happen.
Okay, what's the usefulness of that?
You know,
it's like a NFL scoregami is useful because it's never happened.
Yeah.
Like these are things that have happened.
That's a good question, Tiki. I don't know.
Multiple times.
You know what? You're probably right. By tomorrow, I'll be over this.
Of course you will, because it's not interesting.
All right, I'll give you something interesting. Would you like to hear Cameron Maybin talk about the balls being rubbed up?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sean Morass did some great research, as referred to by a recent caller, in relation to David Cohn's dirty comments last night about size. Here's Cameron Maybin, former Yankee broadcaster, talking about balls.
So, yeah, I've rubbed up quite a few balls in my life.
We're about to have 20 seconds of just silence before Rupert chimes in.
I'm curious about what Ryan says on the way back. So let's find out.
Another 10 seconds.
Another 10 seconds? Well, they hit the cough button and they're laughing because Cameron said he's rubbed up a lot of balls in his life.
Sure, it was a good learning experience.
And thanks to Mike for tweeting that in.
That's a great follow-up.
I felt violated.
We'll come back with more of your calls. 888-808-1019 is the toll-free number, plus a brand new edition.
Specializing in minimally invasive and non-surgical treatments for neck, back, sciatica, migraines, and so much more, offers pain-relieving solutions. There are thousands of 5-star reviews who all trust Samwell Pain for all of their aches and pains. Visit SamwellPain.com.
It's March savings time at Nielsen Dodge. It's also tax return time, and we have a great money-saving idea. Show us what your tax return is, and we'll double it up to $1,500.
You can count on 0 down payment, super low lease payments, 0% financing is available.
Lease a new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Altitude X 4x4, just $198 a month.
Match your tax return up to $1,500 on any new Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, or Ram.
Hundreds of vehicles in stock with big savings off MSRP. And of course, we always give you the credit help you need.
Find out what your tax return is before April 15th, and we'll double it up to $1,500. Max your tax only at Nielsen Dodge for a limited time.
On Route 10 in East Hanover, or shop online at nielsendodge.com.
Sun is in the driver's seat.
Declaration of Deal sales event.
With approval, term 27 months, due at sign, $51.98. Add tax tag $498 and DMV fees. For tax refund info, see dealer for details.
Aetna has been my lifesaver. Easy to understand, and if not, customer service is always there to help.
Those words from a real Aetna Medicare Advantage member speak to why U.S. News & World Report named us a best Medicare Advantage company. Because we show up with care management that ensures doctors work together on complicated conditions. We show up with the latest in online tools to make healthcare easier to use anytime. We show up for you because that's how healthier happens together. Member feedback has been edited for length and clarity.
Attention. Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers. So don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-894-7722. That's 800-894-7722. Again, 800-894-7722.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So I own a coffee shop, and I wanted to label everything with our logo.
That's ambitious.
Cups, boxes, bags.
Ooh, that'll add up.
Not at all, because right now, Staples prints custom labels for 30% off.
30% off? That's shockingly affordable branding.
Yep, now our logo and URL are seen all over town.
Brand your business for less at Staples.
That was easy.
Shop Staples in-store, online, or in the app by 4/18 to unlock. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
There's a difference between liking a house and actually getting it. Redfin is built to make up that difference and close the gap between finding and owning the home for you. Redfin agents close twice as many deals as other agents, so when you find a home you love, you're not a step behind when it's time to make an offer. That means less watching great homes disappear and more focus on the ones you'll actually move into and call home. Redfin helps turn saved listings into real addresses. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
There's a difference between liking a house and actually getting it. Redfin is built to make up that difference and close the gap between finding and owning the home for you. Redfin agents close twice as many deals as other agents, so when you find a home you love, you're not a step behind when it's time to make an offer. That means less watching great homes disappear and more focus on the ones you'll actually move into and call home. Redfin helps turn saved listings into real addresses. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
Question: what business couldn't use extra income? Hey, it's Tiki Barber. Right now, Amazon Hub Delivery is looking to partner with ambitious New York businesses to become Amazon Hub partners. You and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area when it's convenient for you. With each package delivered, your business gets paid. Sign up at amazon.com/hub delivery. That's amazon.com/HUB delivery.
Looking for the lowest price on Continental tires? Go to Town Fair Tire and get the guaranteed lowest price on any Continental tire you choose. Plus, Town Fair Tire gives you the most free services for life. That's more free services than any other tire dealer. For the guaranteed lowest price and the most free services for life on your Continental tires, nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Hey, Boomer Esiason here. You know, after years in the game, I don't guess. I go with what works. Red Pocket Mobile gives you 3 major 5G networks to choose from. Switching cities? Switch your network. That's like calling your own Audible. Visit redpocket.com to see why more Americans are switching to better wireless without paying more. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
No matter the season, New York sports never stop. Yankees, Mets, Giants, Jets. If it's happening, we're talking about it. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always streaming on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps.
This Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ, precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. HBO and the NFL's Hard Knocks training camp series has struggled to find teams to agree to do it in the past few years, often delaying the announcement of the show. Not this year, and not even next year. Adam Schefter reporting overnight that the cameras will follow around the Super Bowl champion Seahawks this summer, and next year, ahead of the 2027 season, they'll follow around the New England Patriots. This Fan Focus is sponsored by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
I used to be a big fan of American Idol. I loved it. I watched every episode. I used to be a big fan of Hard Knocks. I loved it. I watched every episode. I'm kind of done with both. Like, American Idol was on last night. I have no interest. And I'm kind of there with Hard Knocks unless the Jets or Giants were on it, and then it would feel almost like an obligation.
It's really hard to find new stuff to create as, like, the conflict.
Yeah.
Like, you've seen it all before.
It's the same thing, yeah. Like, if it's my team, I'm interested. If it's the Giants, I'm interested. But the Seattle Seahawks, like, as he was saying it, I was bored.
They'd almost be better off. I know it's about the teams, but you almost need to focus on the individual, like an individual or two individuals on a team as opposed to the entire
They do
team.
that with that quarterback series.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is better.
So the quarterback series is interesting.
Right.
But what made Hard Knocks great was they used to do that, and you'd follow around like the 5 fringe guys where you only knew 2 were going to make the roster. Like, that's where it started to focus in. You learn a little bit about the stars.
Right.
And then they got away from it because they felt like it was not right to show like the cutting of them on like,
it's
film.
hard. I mean, these kids are like...
I know. But it was reality
They're like
TV.
losing their dream. And
I know.
I also think it's been done. It's like the same issue with American Idol. It's been done. Like when it first came out and I was glued to it in 03, 04, 05, and I'm watching Bo Bice and Kerry Underwood and Ruben Studdard and Clay Aiken. I don't know.
Have they created the star?
Since then, I'm not. I don't know.
That's the challenge.
I can't tell you that. Like, I can't say no because who knows? Maybe a country star I listen to is from American Idol. I have no idea anymore.
I think YouTube has changed how stars get made. Because think about, Teddy Swims, who was my guy I always tell you guys about. He was a YouTube star.
Right.
He was singing covers. He sang a Michael Jackson cover. This guy with tattooed face and all this from Georgia. And it's like, who the hell is this guy? His voice is amazing.
Right.
And then he found his way through, but it wasn't because he did a reality show. It was just because he worked his butt off.
The other thing that I think has hurt Hard Knocks is every team does their own version now.
Right.
Like the Jets had One Jet Drive.
Right.
The Mets just released something like that. Like all these team-owned operations, and obviously you're not going to get scandalous things because it's run by the team.
But you see the social stuff all the time.
Yeah, you see it.
This Fan Focus was sponsored by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Get your calls in a minute. It is Tuesday, a little past 11:30, so we like to play our weekly game of Posted and Toasted.
It's time for Posted and Toasted.
Posted and toasted. In 1, 2, 3. Posted and toasted. Where Evan finds the treats. Posted and toasted. Will Tiki guess them right? It's posted and toasted time.
That's right. I find the old tweets, and Tiki guesses which of our coworkers tweeted it. And, of course, Posted and Toasted is brought to you by the Rothenberg Law Firm. Injured? Visit injurylawyer.com, and Princeton Longevity Center. Experience the power of personalized medicine. Let's go back to April 7th, 2021. There are about 40 things Major League Baseball could have and should have done to speed up games before making a mockery of extra innings with a runner on second rule. Is that person Evan Roberts, Keith McPherson, Sean Morash, or Chris Big Back McMonagle?
That's Sean Morash.
I'm a fat moron.
You knew it.
Only because I know how he hates the runner. The man on second.
No, he loves it.
Now,
because
so you knew that Sean was a flip-flopper in this?
100%.
Yeah, I watched it develop, and I realized this was great.
Well, you sniffed that out immediately.
Of course.
I thought with the
biggest flip-flopper in this station is Sean.
You're damn right.
He's fat. I thought I was
He just says things to get elected.
Exactly.
You're damn right.
I thought that me, Keith, Big Mac would have completely thrown you off the trail.
No.
I guess not. All right.
I know my co-hosts.
So far, you're 1 for 1. Let's see how far you go. October 15th, 2012. This is a little timely. Is it timely? Yeah, it's a long time ago, but it's timely in terms of the conversation. If Carlos Beltran gets a World Series ring with the Cardinals, the Mets will officially die. Is that person Evan Roberts, Tommy Lugauer, Greg Giannotti, or Sean Morash?
I'm going to say that's a Tommy Lugauer.
You're wrong.
Is it Gio?
You are correct. Gio had that emotion. I'm trying to think how I felt back then because Beltran obviously suffered the defeat of striking out looking against Adam Wainwright.
I almost
and
said
the Cardinals
because I know how self-loathing you are about the Mets.
Intellectually bankrupt.
I mean, I think it would have bothered me if he won with St. Louis.
Yeah.
Not because, like, he won a World Series with the Astros, and I was good with it. Like, I was happy for him.
Right.
I think the Cardinals, because he suffered that indignity, it would have been tough to swallow. That would have been a tough one.
Right.
This one's from September 10th, 2014. Hopefully the idea of an NFL team in London dies with Roger Goodell's inevitable resignation.
Early theme for Evan here, searching the word dies on Twitter.
I know.
Is that what I did here?
I mean, so far it's been 2 of them.
Yeah, you got 2 in a row. All right, is that Craig Carton, Evan Roberts, Al Dukes, or Sean Morash?
That's Evan. That's you.
You're wrong.
How is that not you?
Because I wasn't calling for Roger Goodell's resignation.
I mean,
or maybe I was. I just don't remember.
It's not Al Dukes.
Not Al Dukes. Yeah, because Al, it's sports related.
He'd have to care.
It's not thoughtful enough, right? He doesn't care about that. It's Craig.
You're wrong.
I have no idea.
The answer is Sean Morash.
I'm a fat moron.
You hate international?
I still do.
Why?
Because of what's next.
What happens when we go to Germany this year and we have some Steins?
Oh, I'd love the actual trip.
That's what I mean. And then you'll love international football.
Tiki, the reason I love international football is we're not there yet, and I felt it coming. The Super Bowl in London.
No chance.
No
chance that'll happen.
Remember at the time we talked about putting a team or a whole division there.
Yeah, logistics would be horrible.
I don't like any of that, and it just feels like that's next. And I felt this way for a long time.
Why are you so confident when you say there's no chance a Super Bowl would be there? Like, why? I'm confused by that.
Because you make it impossible for either one or both of the team's fans to go.
I don't think they care.
Yes, they do.
They're going to fill the building up. They don't care who's in it.
Oh, yeah. The NFL won't care.
Yeah, so then who cares?
The fan bases of the 2 teams.
They're not the ones deciding it. The league is.
Yeah, but you
don't think Roger Goodell would do that? I'm surprised
that
by
would
you.
be, you talk about, pam-pams to the fan base. That's what that would be.
But by the way, I agree with you. The part I'm having trouble understanding is you saying there's no chance of it happening. I think there's a great chance of it happening.
I just don't think you can do that to a fan base.
Yeah, but you're
bases.
You're being naive right now.
I'm not being naive.
You're saying that they shouldn't do that. I agree they shouldn't do that. I'm not.
Look, I know that 40% of the stadium is disinterested sponsored people anyways, maybe even more than that. But there is a significant portion of fan bases that travel to Super Bowls.
I get you.
Even if it's not to go to the Super Bowl, you're traveling to the Super Bowl to be a part of the festivity surrounding your team being in the Super Bowl. And now you're going to do that in London?
Yeah, I think they
where
would
half
do that.
of our population don't have passports? Like, it's just, like, this is...
Is that a true stat?
It's an absolute statistic.
Half our population doesn't have a passport? Really?
Absolutely.
I would
mean,
think
have you been out of the country?
Yes.
Where?
When?
I went to Bermuda.
Okay.
I went to the Bahamas.
Okay. Have you been to
Mexico?
Europe? Have you been to Europe?
No.
You've been
That's
to
not what you asked.
You've been to Asia.
He went to Epcot Center. He went to Europe.
Actually, you're right. I just drank in England a month ago.
You know where else I disagree with you? Let's say they did it. Let's say you're wrong. 2031, the Super Bowl's coming to London. I think the fan bases would absolutely travel. I'd travel. The Jets are in the Super Bowl. Damn right, I'd be there.
No, you're one of the fortunate few.
The Jets are a sewer.
That makes enough money to say I can spend.
Who's going to the Super Bowl now? Poor people?
I mean, you can go to a Super Bowl and be around it and not spend a lot of money.
No, but you can't get in the building.
Of course not. That's not what I'm talking about.
You're
I'm
just saying
talking about
being
the
in the
week.
area.
I'm talking about the week.
I don't think that matters to the owners, and I don't think that matters to the commissioner.
It should.
I agree it should. This is one of those things where we don't actually disagree. We disagree with the prediction of if it's going to happen or not.
Right.
That's all. I agree with everything else. I wouldn't do it. This is a really interesting one. This is from February 29th, 2020. How about that? Little Leap Day. Little Leap Day tweet.
Right before the world shut down.
It's an image.
Yeah, that's right. Because early March.
That's right. It was a couple of weeks before the world shut down. And this is a pressing matter. It features an image. The image is of Odell Beckham Jr.'s Twitter account, and it says, "This person is blocking you." Okay? And then the person writes, "As one of OBJ's biggest supporters, I am stunned to see this, and I'm not sure why."
That's got to be Sean.
You're going with Sean?
I'm a fat moron.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah.
Why did Odell Beckham Jr. block you, Sean?
What
Have
did
you
you
figured
do?
it out?
I think I figured it out after time.
ahead.
I really did love Odell, and I defended him all the time. I killed Dave Gettleman when he traded him. Killed him. And I think that I had a lot of people who hated Odell arguing with me in my mentions, and Odell's Twitter handle kept getting tagged. And I think he simply blocked me to get the hell away from the discourse that was existing in my mentions.
So it wasn't you, it was the discourse.
It took me a couple weeks of somebody bringing it up and going, it's because all of these people are and if you're Odell, you're seeing everything, and it's all connected to a tweet I had.
Right.
Is he
Did you add him in your tweet?
No, but what happens with anything, Tiki, is you start, you know what I mean? Adding.
Well, that's why you don't add him so he doesn't see it.
Right, but people start tagging him.
Right.
This guy's because they want Odell to respond to them.
Is Odell Beckham Jr. the most famous person that's blocked you? It's a good question, right?
It is. I'm gonna guess yes.
There's no one else that's really famous that has
Can you
blocked
find out who's blocked?
No, the only way you find out.
Any Jet fan that didn't like me eating chicken wings when Aaron Rodgers got hurt blocked me, so that they're not famous. I'm trying to think of who else.
Yeah.
How would you find out?
You only
who's
find
blocked
out by randomness. My most famous person that I'm aware of that blocked me. You ready for this?
Go ahead.
And the only reason I found out is I happened to click on the guy's Twitter account, and it said, "This guy's blocked you." And this is a stunner. I'm about to name a celebrity to you. You've heard of him once I explain it, and you're going to be like, why did he block you?
Is it like Dolph Lundgren?
It's a professional wrestler.
Oh.
I'm blocked by Goldust. You okay over there?
Sean's reaction was priceless.
You could have named anybody.
Why?
It's just the most random wrestler of all time.
I know.
That's Cody.
That's Cody's older brother, Dustin.
Yeah, Dustin.
Yeah, I'm blocked by him.
Screw him. He's dead.
No, he's not dead. He's still alive. So once I saw this, I needed to find out why, because I thought it was very random, and I wasn't mad about it. I just needed to know. So I searched my old tweets.
Right.
I did it, posted and toasted on me to see if I ever tweeted about Goldust, and I did. I have 2 tweets about Goldust, and my assumption is one of these tweets offended him enough to have him block me. All right? You ready?
Go ahead.
The first one's innocuous. It was from April 11th, 2011. I tweeted, Rey Mysterio versus Dusty Sun, parentheses, not Goldust, Cody. I'll take Rey Mysterio. Very innocuous, just talking about the wrestling, no big deal.
Right.
This is the one that did it, though. I'm convinced of this. August 3rd, 2010, I tweeted, Sheamus against Goldust. Maybe watching the Mets was a better idea than Raw. So I think that's the one that he was offended by.
Yeah.
And he blocked me.
The Mets!
It was a Mets-related tweet.
Okay. Did you end up seeing the Goldust Sheamus fight?
Dude, it was in 2010. I couldn't tell you.
You remember everything.
I know, of course.
You think I remember a random match from a Raw in 2010 and if I watched it or not?
Yeah. I'm asking because was it good or not?
I assume it was terrible. It was Sheamus against Goldust.
Okay, so you were right then. So why would that offend him so
Because
bad?
I'm insulting him by saying that I'd rather watch the Mets than Sheamus against Goldust. It's the only thing I could think of.
He's soft.
Oh, he's incredibly soft.
Sensitive.
I agree. You said it.
You're a whiny bitch.
I had to throw out my only Goldust wrestling figure when I was younger because I vomited all over it. You know that?
What?
You know, we all collected wrestling figures?
Yeah,
so I kept a bunch under my bed, and when I got to high school, I drank too much at a party, and I rolled over, and I yacked all over my wall, and when I went to clean it up, because my parents are pissed, all over my Goldust action figure.
Why didn't you just clean it?
Because it was puke. I had to throw it out.
You just stick it in the water. Soak it in some
Nah,
water.
I couldn't do that.
I think if it was not Goldust, but let's say it was Stone Cold, he would have cleaned it.
Maybe.
I think you realized that's Goldust.
But that's also why I just laughed, because every time I think of Goldust, I think of me puking in my room.
That's what you think of?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my biggest celebrity. Do you have a celebrity that's blocked you?
I have no idea.
Yeah, you'd have to search it out.
I mean, the other one is Josina Anderson's blocked everybody, probably most of the staff. So
She's not a celebrity. I mean, she's like
she's a reporter, but yeah.
She's a well-known reporter, but I don't know if I'd call her a celebrity. All right. Who's a bigger celebrity, Goldust or Odell Beckham Jr.?
I'd say Odell.
Yeah. All right, you got the edge on me, Sean.
All right.
Congratulations. Let's go to Jim in Tennessee. Hey, Jim.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Yo, what's up?
Just like to say thank you, boys, for all you do and keeping me and entertained every day. It's like you're riding here in the truck with me. I spend a lot of time in my vehicle, so thanks.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it.
Hey, Sean and Tiki, guys, you guys getting a little soft. Evan had a whole bit started this morning, and he was trying to troll you guys, troll the Yankees, and troll Austin Wells. And due to his lack of sleep because his family's out of town, he didn't even hear it properly.
Right.
And you guys just kind of let it go by the wayside. He should be wearing an L for the rest of the day for that one.
No. You guys cannot prove.
Jim, you're
Pull up
kinda
the
not
clip
wrong.
again. You can't prove that Austin Wells didn't call Fernando Cruz the best pitcher in baseball.
Jim's kind of right.
No, he's not. I wasn't trolling.
You were trying to troll us by intimating that David Wells.
That'd be something.
That Austin Wells was calling Fernando Cruz one of the best pitchers.
That's what he said.
It's one of the best pitchers in baseball.
That's
and
what it
he
sounds
says after some evaluation by our astute colleague Sean Morash, he says best pitches.
All right, everybody be quiet. Silence. Listen.
It's one of the best pitchers in baseball.
He said it's too.
Yes.
It's is not a person.
It's.
Play that one more time.
It's one of the best pitchers in baseball.
It's one of the best pitches
I think you convinced
in baseball.
me. I think you convinced me.
And that's his slider, right?
Yeah, but keep this in mind. And I respect our last caller, and we appreciate the kind words.
I'm going to have to fan graph that to see where it
Yeah, you
lands.
should. You baseball savant the crap out of that and find out if it's even true. That was not an attempt at trolling. That was, I thought he said he's one of the best pitchers
I tell you
in
what,
baseball.
Jim was right.
What?
You got to be better than that.
You want me to wear an L for that?
You should wear an L for the next 3 minutes.
3 minute L?
Put it on now.
All right, hold on. Give me 1 second.
All right, Evan, left to right on your radio dial, is bending down with his hurt back. He has found an L that has a broken chain. We're going to need to fix that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I could actually wear it.
Evan's now like an idiot tying it around his headphones, so that's not going to be disturbing.
Well, it's only 3 minutes.
It's only 3 minutes. It's
I
all
can
good.
maintain it for a couple of minutes.
Yes.
No, I'll take the L on that because I think
Good
what really-
suggestion, Jim.
Thank you, Jim. What convinced me was Sean saying it's. That was the because I still heard pitchers, but once you said it, you're right. It wouldn't make sense for him to say it to refer to Cruz. That'd be
He could
disrespectful.
have been talking about the Addams family character.
That's true. Who we still never saw throughout the first pitch.
Did we ever get to the bottom of that, Sean?
No, we never did. We never did.
Thing never threw out the first pitch.
Never happened.
And never explained why he didn't.
Let's go to Chris in Manhattan. Hey, Chris.
Hey, guys, I'm enjoying the show so much. I want to talk about ABS. I have a theory, but just quickly on that scoregami thing, it does seem ridiculous, but I don't bet on sports, but I would imagine that there's some betting component to that. Like if you know more games end 3-2, probably people are placing bets on a final score. I'm just throwing that out there. Maybe. But on ABS, would you guys agree that the focus on balls and strikes got more intense over the last 5 to 7 years as far as being critical of umps, right? The scrutiny?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
You just kind of used to accept it. You used to accept it. Now you don't.
Right. So I just think, I have a little theory. I just think it has to do with the obsession and rise in velocity and spin rate. And I don't know if the human eye can pick up those things, clearly not as well as ABS, but I think there's a correlation between once those spin rates got high, the umps were getting exposed more. And I just wonder how much of that is just a human factor of not being able to pick up the ball the same way.
I think that's a very good point. I think there's a lot of factors that have led to your initial point, which is the scrutiny that we have for balls and strikes, one of which is the technology we have as viewers.
Yeah.
That we are seeing, like we have a strike zone box, right? A lot of broadcasts up until this year would not only have the strike zone box, but it would flash, it's a ball, it's a strike. We didn't have that in 1985.
Right.
Like you're watching a baseball game 30, 40 years ago, it wasn't the same. You didn't have the replays. So I think, A, we're seeing more. B, you're right. It's got to be tougher to call a ball or strike based on the incredible movement that these baseballs have and the velocity that they have. I think that's true. Also, the pitch framing has become even more of a priority today than it was 20, 30 years ago. And I think all of those reasons all add up to why replay, but more than that, eventually a computer calling the balls and strikes is the inevitability of Major League Baseball.
Yeah, no, he's right. It did the ball movement. You see it. And we were talking about this with Cam Schlittler the other day with all of his fastball mixes. The ball just moves all over the place. And so if you're the umpire, It's like, all right, this is a four-seamer, and all of a sudden it's out of the zone. But where did it go out of the zone?
Right.
Did it cross the plate in the zone and then finish out? Because the catcher tries to frame. Like, it's almost impossible for them. You have to expect human error because of how much the ball is moving these days.
Which is why assisting these umpires makes sense.
Right. All right, you can put the L down.
Thank you. It was 3 minutes?
Yeah.
The only question is, when? Because I don't think it's going to be next year. I don't think it's going to be that soon. When do we get everything is judged by a computer? Is that 2030? Is that sooner? Is that later? But that does feel like the inevitability of where baseball is heading. We'll get to some football coming up. What we learned from Darren Muji, and I got a brilliant quarterback idea for the New York Jets that I think even Tiki Barber can jump aboard. We'll get to that coming up. We'll mix in the Giants as well. And, of course, your calls at 888-808-1019.
If you're looking to level up your wardrobe, check out Collars & Co. You might have seen them on Shark Tank where they landed a deal with Mark Cuban. They're the team behind the dress collar polo that sold over 1 million shirts, and I'm wearing one right now. Now they've launched the Maverick Performance Blazer, and this thing is legit. Sharp, lightweight, and completely wrinkle-resistant, making it perfect for travel. Just pack it up, and it comes out looking fresh. Plus, you get smart features like security zip pockets, a sunglasses loop, and an optional pocket square. So hit up collarsandco.com. Use code Tiki for 20% off. That's at collarsandco.com.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
3 NFC West teams this year will be legit Super Bowl contenders. The reigning champion Seahawks, the Rams, and the Niners. And if you look at the Week 1 schedule, Seattle definitely has the advantage to start. Playing the opening game on a Wednesday, giving them more rest heading into Week 2, while the Niners and Rams have to play each other in Australia in Week 1. Early advantage to the Seattle Seahawks. I'm Nick Costos.
SpringFest is happening now at Lowe's. Keep the spotlight on your yard with Stay Green Premium 2 cubic foot mulch, 5 bags for $10. Plus, when you want more help indoors, get up to 40% off select major appliances that help you supercharge your chores. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid to 4/22 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for details. Mulch offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
America, look around. Everywhere you go, prices are still high, rates have been whipsawing markets, and the debt and spending don't exactly scream stability. Experts say diversifying with intention is the #1 secret account that all American smart money uses to hedge against instability. Monetary Gold has been around since 2000, witnessing multiple economic setbacks. If you call now, Monetary Gold will cover up to a lifetime of your IRA fees on qualified accounts. Call Monetary Gold now at 877-NOW-GOLD. That's 877-NOW-GOLD. Performance may vary. You should always consult your financial and tax professional.
Buzzed or high? There's no difference. It's a DUI. Never drive after drinking or using cannabis. Both skew your judgment and slow your reaction time. Call a ride, crash on a couch, just don't drive. A message from the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Partly sunny, breezy, and warm. High 81.
Weather brought to you by Staples. From posters and presentations to labels and loyalty cards, Staples has all the print to boost your brand. Shop now in-store and online. Staples. That was easy.
Diving for that grounder got you grounded? Oof. We've got specialists for that. Layup, take you down? We've got specialists for that. With nearly 50 Castle Connolly top doctors, Orland & Cohen specialists are considered among the best in the nation by their peers, which can mean a better outcome for you. From Staten Island to Southampton, our network is open 7 days a week, so you can feel better, faster. Visit OrlandCohen.com.
Big hits get even bigger with Dinger Tuesdays on FanDuel. Customers choose their own reward every Tuesday to use on MLB bets. So how will you play your game? Option 1, the bet reset. Use this on your wager and you'll get refunded in bonus bets if your bet loses. Option 2, a 50% profit boost. Make your bet, activate the profit boost, and if it hits, that's extra winnings at no extra cost. Make your choice and the reward will be ready to use on your next MLB bet. Maybe you'll parlay a few players to hit home runs and use the bet reset. Or maybe you'll take a top slugger to hit a home run and boost that 50%. Just visit FanDuel.com/New York to choose your reward for MLB bets every Dinger Tuesday. FanDuel, an official partner of MLB. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of WFAN.
21 and over and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. To help the gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-4094. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-4094. That's 800-575-4094.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Springfest means more sun, more fun, and more free at Lowe's. Keep your yard in line with an additional free Ego 56-volt battery when you buy a select Ego mower, trimmer, or blower. Plus, keep landscaping fresh with Stay Green 1 cubic foot garden soil, 5 bags for $10. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 4/8 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. Soil offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
I built this business the old-fashioned way. Hard work and a whole lot of spreadsheets.
Yeah, about that, I upgraded us to Odoo. Odoo puts everything we need. Sales, inventory, accounting on one connected platform. No more juggling systems, no more headaches.
So it all works together?
Exactly.
Odoo is the all-in-one business software that makes running and passing on a business easier than ever. Take your business into the next generation. Try Odoo free at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
The deadline for filing taxes is now. Don't miss this chance to donate your car to Cars for Kids for a 2026 tax deduction. Go to carsforkids.org today. That's cars with a K.
We love talking about the Knicks and Nets on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Evan and Tiki here on the fan till 2 o'clock this afternoon. You will get the Carton Show with Craig Carton and Big Mac. The owners' meetings are taking place. So yesterday, you heard from John Harbaugh and you heard from Darren Muji. Today, you're hearing from Aaron Glenn. And there's a few things that jumped out at me, a few things that made my brain start to work. I put a couple of things together, and I believe that Tiki Barber is going to come around on something that in the past he's disagreed with me on. Okay? I want to start off by playing, can you please, Sean Paul, Darren Muji number 3? Because in this little conversation, Darren, the GM of the New York Football Jets,
Darryl, Mr. Smiles, Muhi,
was asked about adding another quarterback to the room. Because currently Geno Smith is here, but they've got Brady Cook and the other guy. I already forgot who it is.
Yeah, we feel good about the quarterback room, but could potentially add another guy to the room before the draft. We'll see where that goes, but we'll monitor that quarterback market and, just see where we're in.
So he's open to adding another quarterback to the room, okay?
Bailey Zappi.
Makes sense. Right. Bailey Zappi, I forget. Bottom line is Bailey Zappi and Brady Cook will not be the backup to Geno Smith.
No.
So they're open to adding a vet before we get to the draft, because I think that doesn't have to be connected to what I'm about to say.
Yeah, and if they don't take Ty Simpson, they're likely to take somebody else who falls.
Right, they'll probably
Drew
take
Adlar.
a young quarterback. I don't think that young quarterback necessarily needs to be the backup. Like, he could be the third-string quarterback as the Giants planned with Jackson Dart. So I continue to think that the perfect guy they should add, especially since they've already told you Geno's the guy, means you can bring a little project in.
Mm-hmm.
You can bring someone in who's not even going to compete for the quarterback job as much as I would want to. And yesterday, there was conversations about this guy because this guy asked for a trade. And the guy I'm talking about is, yes, Anthony Richardson. Don't you think, and I know you're down on him and you didn't like him when I put him atop my Jets quarterback big board,
Yeah,
but in this circumstance,
would a change of scenery do him well?
and he's coming here as a backup where he's got to prove himself. And if things go bad, he'll get an opportunity 7th or 8th week of the season. Are you more open, Tiki, to Anthony Richardson?
No.
Oh, my God. Why?
My problem, this is both from my perspective as an IBO for the Jets, but also for Anthony Richardson. I'll start with the Anthony Richardson side of this. You are what you've learned and been conditioned to become. So just a little bit of history on Anthony Richardson.
Mm-hmm.
In high school, he only started 1 year. So he wasn't like it was his last year. He was the senior. He was okay, gets a job, gets a scholarship, he goes to Florida. He basically plays 12 games at Florida. 1 year, didn't really get a shot. 1 year, was okay, physically looked the part, whatever. He basically started 20 games before he became a starting right away quarterback in the NFL. And while he had some success in high school, he really didn't have success in Florida. He didn't have any success in his first couple of years in the NFL. And now you're going to put him in a position where he's basically an afterthought, where he's not being coddled to be the guy. It's like, dude, you got to prove it, and then you got to figure it out yourself. He doesn't know how to do that. You know what I mean?
But you don't think Frank Reich can coddle him and teach him as a backup quarterback?
I think Frank Reich, who wanted to retire, by the way, before this season started.
I know, but he's not retired.
Of course he's not. But Frank Reich is not incentivized to not only get Geno Smith back to his form 2 years ago, but likely have another rookie quarterback in this quarterback room, but then also try to resurrect a kid who had zero work ethic when he was in Indianapolis. Like, I think the challenge is that Anthony Richardson hasn't shown the propensity to want to be great. It's one of the things I've always talked about with athletes. This was actually my problem with Evan Neal with the Giants. It wasn't that he stunk, because I actually think he looked pretty good. I don't think he wanted to be great. And if you don't want to be great, I don't have any use for you. And so I think it's a disservice to the Jets quarterback room, and I think Anthony Richardson is not in a position to want it that badly.
I am under the belief that, much like Evan Neal, you bring him up. John Harbaugh said yesterday, and we played this clip yesterday, that Evan Neal basically presented his game plan.
And you know what he did? He said, I want to be great.
Yeah.
This is how I'm going to do it.
Okay, so that's a part of why the Giants brought Evan Neal back.
Right.
And I think we'd agree that that's different than the Evan Neal a year ago or 2 years ago. Is it not possible with Anthony Richardson demanding a trade?
You know what it feels like to me? It feels like he's entering a transfer portal. That's what this feels like.
You don't think he's learned from his experience in Indianapolis?
He was there for 3 years, did he?
I don't know. I mean, Evan Neal seemed to learn. Why do we assume Anthony
I'm not talking about Evan Neal. I'm talking about
You brought
Anthony
him up
Richardson.
as a comp, and I'm bringing it up as, can Anthony Richardson in this new...
Okay, first of all, we don't know what Evan Neal learned last year. We have no idea.
No, all we know is that John Harbaugh said he presented a plan.
He did not play he didn't dress. Maybe he dressed, but he did not step onto the field for the New York Giants last year.
And neither did Anthony Richardson.
I
He
understand
didn't play
that.
either. It actually is a perfect comparison.
But he was handed the starting job for 2 straight years. And
So was Evan Neal.
And he constantly disappointed.
So is Evan Neal. So far, like, it's all completely the same.
Yeah. But I know that Evan Neal impressed somebody who cares about you loving football.
No, and I'm open to the hope that Anthony Richardson will have done the same going into this new year. Yeah. Well, no, that his...
I just think it's different for a quarterback than it is from a potential backup guard.
No, of course it's different, but you're talking about the want and the work ethic, and I'm holding out hope that as a 24-year-old who's been in the league for 3 years, who's now saying, I need a new environment, he's realizing he has to work his ass off.
It feels like the transfer portal.
All right. I would still
Evan
take a
Neal's
flyer
not
on
going around saying, give me on another team. I'll be better someplace else.
Well, he was a free agent, so he could have done whatever he wanted.
Yeah.
He wanted to go back to the Giants. Anthony Richardson is still under contract by the Colts.
And he wants out.
Yeah. And I'm intrigued by him. He's got a lot of talent. He's still really young. And I guess the problem...
You're just setting yourself up for disappointment. That's the only thing that I worry about.
I'm a Jet fan. It's all disappointment.
The Jets are a sewer.
But shouldn't you want better?
I mean, right now their quarterback is Geno Smith.
Shouldn't you want better?
Yeah, I'd like better. Of course I'd like better. But I'm trying to figure out...
You're not getting it in Anthony Richardson.
Okay, are they getting it in Geno Smith?
Geno Smith is much better than Anthony Richardson.
He's also 13 years older. That matters. Age matters.
Yeah.
A big factor here is the fact that Geno Smith isn't the answer.
I'm not complaining. I'm not arguing with you. I just don't love Anthony Richardson.
I don't love him either necessarily.
So then why would you put him in your quarterback?
Because I want a young quarterback with lots of potential
in
my quarterback.
Find one that you love. That's a cast off from someplace else.
There may not be one that you love.
Just draft Ty Simpson and start the clock.
Right.
Well, that's an option too. Or you could do both.
Just find somebody else you love.
Why can't it be him? Like, you're very adamant that no.
Because it's been 3 years.
Okay, with Geno, it took a while too, did it not?
Yeah, but Geno was mismanaged. Geno played a lot of football. Anthony Richardson hasn't played a lot of football.
No, I get you. He hasn't.
He's tantalizing.
Yes, he is. That's probably my appeal. He's 23 years old. He's this 6'4" stud who, yes, has underachieved for 3 years and hasn't worked hard enough, but I would take a flyer on that.
Think about what you just said.
Yeah.
He's a stud who's underachieved and hasn't worked hard enough.
Yeah.
That you want that guy on your team?
I would take the lottery ticket.
Now,
sure.
if you were a team that can afford to miss on a lottery ticket, by all means. If you're the Los Angeles Rams, by all means, go get Anthony Richardson. But you're the New York Jets, dude. Like that's almost it's adding a potential insult to the already injured team. It doesn't make sense to me.
I think it makes more sense today.
He's not lifting you.
No, of course not. He's not even starting. I mean, the Jets have made very clear Geno Smith is going to be the starter, which is why when I brought this up to you a few months ago, you were adamantly against it. I'm bringing it up in a little bit of a different context in that he'd come here as a backup. He's not coming here ready to be the guy. Now, I haven't heard this yet, and I'm going to prepare myself mentally. I have been told that Aaron Glenn, who's also meeting the media today, he just met the media in the last hour, said something about Geno Smith and the Jets that will, quote, piss me off. Now, I don't know what that is. We're all going to listen to it together.
Okay.
So I warn you, for the Jet fans out there, prepare to possibly be pissed off.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the head coach of the New York Jets, Aaron Glenn.
Something about a quarterback, and I'm going to say a quarterback with a chip on his shoulder. And listen, he's proven a lot in this league of what he's done. Especially when you take those times when he was in Seattle. Listen, he fits exactly what we're trying to do. So obviously we've created an identity. The foundation of our offense is pretty good now. Like, I just feel like he's the guy that's going to lead us to the promised land. He's the guy that's going to touch the ball more than anybody else.
All right, that was it. I got it.
Listen, I know he had his struggle.
Hold on. Stop it. Did he just say he's going to lead us to the promised land?
He's the guy that's going to lead us to the promised land.
The New York Jets suck.
Did he just say that Geno Smith is going to lead us to the promised land? I may have heard that wrong.
Yeah, no walking it back. Yeah, like, you make that comment, you have absolutely saddled yourself to Geno Smith as the head coach of this team.
He's going to lead us to the promised land? What the hell is the promised land? Is it a new land I'm not familiar with? What is the promised land? Did a reporter jump in and say, Coach Glenn, please explain in very specific terms what the promised land is? Because maybe 6-11 is the promised land. Maybe a third year as head coach of the New York Jets is the promised land. Maybe that's what he meant. Because when he said the promised land, Tiki, yes, that does piss me off. The promised land?
Right, I was twisted a little bit before he got to the promised land part.
There was something else?
Yeah.
What?
We've established our identity. We know who we are.
Yeah, what is that?
Really? What did I miss? Just because you changed the roster over a little bit? Like, what did I miss? This team doesn't have an identity offensively.
No.
And Geno Smith is not taking you to the promised land, at least not immediately. You can't believe that until it actually happens. I think Aaron Glenn is in an odd spot.
Oh, my God.
Because he knows he has the confidence of his owner. Otherwise, he would have been fired after 1 year. He'd have been one of those one-and-done guys. So he's got the confidence of the owner, who's now let him remake his staff, He's got a really good general manager, as we've talked about many times, in Darren Muji, who's doing a really good job. And he wants to feel okay about it, but it's almost like he's talking in the future as opposed to talking right now. And so right now, we look at this Jet team, and there is still a million questions. He sees the future, and he's talking about it, but we're not even close to being there yet. So I think he's caught between what he wants to happen and what's actually happened. And it hasn't happened yet. And so, and he's talking as if it already did.
Bro.
It's just, I don't know.
I don't want to say what I'm about to say, but I'm just going to say it. These guys got no chance here. Like, it is so beyond over. And I know I'll open my eyes and I'll smile week one and I'll hope I'm wrong because I want to be wrong. Trust me, I don't get any pleasure being right. But he's done. This guy's not going to succeed. He's sitting here at the owners' meetings on March 31st, actually saying with a straight face that Geno Smith is going to lead us to the promised land.
Maybe he's Alexander Hamilton. And what you're being to him is Aaron Burr.
Another Aaron Burr reference.
Yes.
You know how
talk less,
smile more. Don't let them know what you're here for.
Know what you're against and what you're for.
I got you.
Right. Honestly.
So you're saying
that's what you're saying, basically, and it's hard for me to disagree. Stop talking, Aaron Glenn. Stop. Or just smile and say, we're going to be good.
Or if you're going to talk, don't say absurdities like Geno Smith is going to lead us to the promised land.
Clown.
I mean, like, my head is exploding hearing that. And I know he said a lot of other stuff, and there's a lot of other stuff he said that matters more, and draft picks and what they're going to do in the roster and blah, blah, blah. But I'm sorry, that is a tough one to get past. What's the promised land?
I mean, he just became the first quarterback in NFL history in the same year to take two teams to the promised land.
What?
He leaves the Seahawks, they win the Super Bowl. He joins the Raiders, he leads them to the number one pick in their franchise quarterback.
Is that the promised land?
That is the promised land.
He got two NFL franchises in 1 year by his existence to their version of the promised land.
So are we getting the number one pick? Is that the promised land?
That is the promised land.
I mean, I'll be happy.
In the Arch Manning draft, that's the promised land.
I'll be happy about that in April of 2027. Aaron Glenn will be coaching somewhere else. God knows that.
Unless Aaron Glenn was given insurances.
He wasn't given insurances. I mean, what insurances was he?
Get the one veteran quarterback that gets us the number one pick. Done. Promise
Stop
land.
it. That's not what insurance he was given. He's got to win games. The reason they added Geno Smith is because, and I get it, he's a veteran quarterback. They believe he gives them at least a better chance to win games than maybe someone else. But the promised land? Like, I'm deeply bothered by that comment. The promised land. The hell's the promised land? He's going to lead us to the promised land. Please cut that for me so I can hear it over and over again in my sleep.
He didn't know what else to say.
So he said Geno Smith's going to lead us to the promised land?
Yeah, I didn't know what else to say. He didn't know how to couch it in a way that was acceptable for us that know who Geno Smith is and have seen him. Kudos to his success.
Yeah.
But you also have to acknowledge his failures or limitations, we'll say.
I tell you, there is such a difference between Darren, Mr. Smiles, Muji, and Aaron Glenn.
Yeah, talk less, smile more.
Yes! That's where it works.
I'm telling you.
Let me give you an example. Can I give you an example?
Yeah, please do.
I want you to hear this question. All right, this was for Darren Muji. This is cut number one for Darren Muji. And I think you hear the question in the clip, but hey, are you considering moving back? Like, are you considering moving back in the draft? Listen to Darren Muji say less and smile more.
Are you considering, or would you consider moving back?
Yeah, we're always open. We're open. We'll go through this draft process, like I said, and really build the board. And you know, the calls typically don't happen until middle as it gets closer to the draft. But we'll always be open. Always pick up the phone.
I love his boredomness.
Yeah,
like especially compared to Geno Smith's going to lead us to the promised land.
Make it boring.
Make it boring.
Let the players on the field during the regular season do the talking for you.
No doubt.
Make it boring.
No doubt. Let's get to some of your calls. I got a headache now. 888-808-1019 is the toll-free number. Let's go to Jimmy in Warren County. What's up, Jimmy?
What's going on, fellas?
Yo, what's up, man?
Hey, nothing much. Hey, Tiki, I just heard Evan call the Jets the New York Football Jets. I think he needs to wear it now.
I mean, technically they are, aren't they?
I like having fun. They can be the New York Football Jets because guess what? They play football.
Yes. But there's no confusion. And there never has been a confusion about who the Jets are.
There's no
That's
confusion.
the Giants name right there. That's the Giants fan. If you want to be a Giants fan, Evan, come on down, bro. Come on down.
I mean, he kind of is already a Knicks fan despite being a net, season ticket holder.
Stop it.
Oh, he's a huge Knicks fan.
I am not a
huge Knicks
fan.
fan.
You guys are insulting me.
Sitting up on the bridge, having beverages, looking down on everybody.
I slammed the brakes in my truck when I heard that, so I had to call you guys up, man.
All right. What's up, dude?
All right, fellas. I'll talk to you later.
All right. You know what? I'm going to call them the New York Football Jets now just to piss everybody off.
The New York Jets suck.
Yeah, New York Football Jets is better than same old Jets.
Same old Jets.
Let's go to Steve in Massapequa. What's up, Steve?
Hey, fellas, what's going on? Great show as always.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate
it. I think they left out the clip of Glenn saying they're going to wander in the desert for 40 years before they get to the promised land, but that's
and we're still wandering.
Neither here nor there.
That's the part. We're still in year 17 of the wandering at this point.
When Aaron came to Egypt land, let my people go. Reference anyone?
It's bleak. Oh, yeah.
Reference? Get it?
Yeah, it's from Noah's Ark.
Thank you. Thank you, Steve.
What, Fiddler's Roof?
Thank you. No, Ferris Bueller.
Oh,
dude.
Ferris Bueller. My bad.
Thank you, Steve.
Come on, Ev.
Sorry.
Just quickly on Anthony Richardson. So I think the best thing for him is to go to a place where the offense already caters to his skill set, like a Baltimore or a Washington. I don't think that the Jets are a place for him. But, Evan, while I agree with Tiki on that point, I do also think taking a lottery ticket on him who's so cheap and not going to be your starter, I get it. It does make sense. It's just, will he succeed here at the end of the day? I think we all know the answer.
Right.
Yeah, but I think, unfortunately, and this includes Ty Simpson, who Sean has been pushing, and I'm not against Ty Simpson by any stretch. You can say that about any young quarterback. Are they going to succeed here? No. Look at the Jets' track record. Frank Reich came out of retirement, blah, blah, blah. Like, we can say the same stuff about everybody. I want there to be a young quarterback in that room. If that comes from the draft, fine. If that comes from bringing someone in who, whether it's the Richardson case, a team is moving on from, or you're paying for a young backup that a team doesn't really want to trade, but you're high on, I want someone young in that room because as much as I want Aaron Glenn to be right and prophetic when he says Geno Smith is leading us to the promised land, he's not. He's also not the future quarterback.
I just feel like he's the guy that's going to lead us to the promised land.
Yeah, you got to save that. I may need that forever.
Right.
It pisses me off, but it's like a reminder that that's the plan. Geno Smith is leading us to the promised land.
I just feel like he's the guy that's going to lead us to the promised land.
But what is the promised land? Maybe he meant something else. Is the playoffs the promised land? By the way, if that's the answer, you can somehow convince me. The playoffs.
My biggest problem with that statement is it's so hyperbolic.
Of course, it's hyperbolic.
It's just, and it's not necessary in April or end of March, whatever, April, to be that hyperbolic about somebody who just led the league in interceptions. I'm being perfectly fair here. You don't need to do that.
I know.
So why are you? Stop talking. Just say we're going to be good.
Yeah.
I have trust in myself and my staff. We're going to be good.
I just feel like he's the guy that's going to lead us to the promised land.
This is all gas, no brakes. This is his all gas, no brakes.
It's far worse.
You might be right, but this is that moment. Because as soon as it's not even close to it, you're going to get this in your face over and over and over again.
No doubt. It's worse than the receipts line by Robert Saleh because Robert Saleh had a chance to provide receipts. There was a chance that's going to happen. I know that the day after they acquired Geno Smith, and you could take it out of context and kill me, but in the context with you and Sean, I said, hey, I know this isn't going to happen, but as a Jet fan, here's my dream.
Right.
And I laid out this wild scenario where Geno Smith leads us to the promised land. But anyone who heard it knew I was saying that's what I would hope for. I'm a Jet fan. You always hope for the miracle, even though I know it's not happening. He's literally saying, yeah, it's going to happen. He's going to
I just feel like he's the guy that's going to lead us to the promised land.
Scott's in the Meadowlands. What's up, Scott?
I have Tiki, Sean. What's going on, guys? Thanks for taking the call. I appreciate it.
Thanks for calling, man.
Let me preface this by saying I'm not a Jet fan, but Ev, you're talking about Anthony Richardson and about how he's young, potential, still has maybe tip of the iceberg. didn't you just go through this with Justin Fields?
Yes.
Now I'm a Steelers fan, so
Yes.
I went through this with Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Yes.
So isn't this a similar situation? If you want something young, better, it's just better to go to the draft because change of scenery for Anthony Richardson, going from the Colts to the Jets is like, moving from the penthouse to the project. It's just not the same thing.
Let me give you an answer on that one. And it actually relates to another cut from Darren Muji. It was a great question by Brian Costello. I want you to hear the whole thing because it's fascinating. The reason you may take in an Anthony Richardson as opposed to drafting Ty Simpson or drafting someone in this draft is maybe you don't like who's in this draft. And maybe, looking ahead to 27, you love what's in the class of 27.
Right.
And so what you would do then is say, all right, I'm going to give myself a chance at a lottery ticket now by bringing in a young guy who's rostered versus just drafting somebody. But I want you to hear the question and answer to Darren Muji. It's from Brian Costello about if the 2027 draft actually impacts your draft board for this year. This is Darren Muji, cut number 2. You got it. You got it, big boy.
When you are building the draft board and you guys are having these conversations, do you discuss next year's draft at all and like particular positions? Do you go, we think 2027 is going to be great at long snapper? So
right.
We're not going to take a long snapper.
We are talking long snappers.
Yeah, so we're not going to take a long snapper in 2026. Like, is that real? Like,
those discussions happen a little bit, but really we're so focused on the work we got to do now, and there's so much work, and we've got so much opportunity this year in this class. So most of the focus is on. I mean, there are some discussions about it, but those are big projections,
right?
And we've all seen that landscape change. So you never know. So you really need to be in the now and to focus on the now.
Do you think he thinks about the quarterback class of 2027?
Yeah, I mean, you have to. You have to. Because it's so much better than this one. And I don't mean that in meaning Fernando Mendoza is going to be bad. I'm just saying in 2027, there are a ton of options.
And Fernando Mendoza is not an option. So it's not even about him. It's about everybody else. This is a really interesting point. Guys, open your ears on this one.
Yeah.
So obviously, I've had a little bit of a freak out, and you've joined in on criticizing Aaron Glenn for this comment that Geno Smith is going to lead us to the promised land. That was his quote. You've heard it 12 times.
I just feel like he's the guy that's going to lead us to the promised land.
I have just received an email from a loyal listener, David in Highbridge, New Jersey, with an incredible point on why Aaron Glenn said this.
Okay.
This is good.
Okay.
Evan, isn't it possible that based on the rumors that are out there, that Aaron Glenn preferred Kirk Cousins and Darren Muji preferred Geno Smith, that Aaron Glenn is trolling Darren Muji through the media with a comment like this?
I like that.
Because that is, I forget if it was Francesa who reported that, but that's out there. I'm not saying I believe it. I don't know.
Yeah. That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Right. Glenn preferred Cousins and Muji preferred Geno, and Muji got what he wanted.
Okay, so let's hear this differently. So if Aaron Glenn is basically saying, yeah, Darren Muji did a good job of getting Geno Smith, and you know what? He's going to lead us to the promised land.
I just feel like he's the guy that's going to lead us to the promised land.
If he had come up at the end, it puts a question mark at the end. This is just linguistics here. If you say promised land, it's like a question mark. When you say promised land, it's just a finalized statement. It's like your period. You're putting a punch on it. Now, maybe he just doesn't know that because he doesn't talk a lot to the media, but that's just, to me, I could see it, but I don't believe it.
No troll.
No, I don't think so.
Sean, you're the expert on trolls. You're the official trollster at WFAN. Is Aaron Glenn trolling Darren Muji with that comment?
I want so badly to think so, but it just feels like not the first time Aaron Glenn just can't help himself on over-exaggerating certain things with the Jets. So I'm going to say no.
Going to say no troll. So that just means we're screwed. That's what it means.
The New York Jets suck.
Like, Aaron Glenn just goes above and beyond. You know what I mean? Less is more.
We'll get to your calls next, 888-808-1019. Plus, Sean gives us a Cinco de Luncho. And what did John Harbaugh say that maybe gives us an indication that they will or won't draft Jeremiah Love? Evan and Tiki here on the Fan till 2 this afternoon.
This drive around the league with me, Tiki Barber, is sponsored by Amazon Hub Delivery. Visit Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. Cleveland Browns embattled QB Deshaun Watson has only played a handful of games since his $230 million guaranteed contract after the trade from the Houston Texans. The former Pro Bowl quarterback feels like an afterthought in a league dependent on top-tier signal callers. However, according to his team's owner, Jimmy Haslam, Watson has a, quote, great chance and fresh start opportunity with a new coaching staff. It's easy to be skeptical of Watson's future. He's torn his Achilles twice. None of his teammates have much familiarity with him, and the fan base has a scarred perception of him because of his off-field legal troubles. With that said, new head coach Todd Monken owes it to this team to find and then play the best quarterback in 2026. So, Watson, Shedeur Sanders, and Dylan Gabriel should have an actual QB battle this spring, and may the best man win. This drive around the league is sponsored by Amazon Hub Delivery. Visit amazon.com/HUB delivery.
This portion of the program is sponsored by Kalshi. Trade on anything. March matchups are down to 4. Trade the tournament with Kalshi. Arizona and Michigan are trading at 34% to cut down the nets. A $100 trade pays $273 if either one wins it all. Download the Kalshi app. Use code FAN to get $10 when you trade 10. Kalshi. Trade on anything. It is also sponsored by Amazon Hub Delivery.
Hey, business owners, it's Tiki Barber. Are you looking to earn extra money? Of course you are. When your business partners with Amazon Hub Delivery, you simply drop off packages to Amazon customers in your neighborhood. Get started at amazon.com/hub delivery.
The most important meal of the day just got better at Dunkin'. Now you can get a medium hot or iced coffee, 6 crispy hash browns, and a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, all for $6. That's a full breakfast meal for $6. 6 crispy golden hash browns, a warm, delicious bacon, egg, and cheese, and a medium coffee to start your day off right. Do breakfast the Dunkin' way or order Dunkin's $6 meal deal. No substitutions, participation times may vary. Limited time offer cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
Batteries Plus presents Power Ballads.
If you run a business in any industry, the last thing you need is some dead batteries. We got them in stock, and we're local too. We dream about batteries more than most people do. Batteries Plus, there's no problem too large. Batteries Plus, we're the experts in charge.
Hey, Boomer Esiason here. After years in the game, I don't guess. I go with what works. With Red Pocket Mobile, you lock in your rate and you keep it. No price creep, no sudden jumps, just straightforward pricing and premium 5G plans starting at $10 a month. Visit redpocket.com to see why more Americans are switching to better wireless without paying more. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
With Aetna, I always get a quick answer, and I don't have to search on the internet. They go above and beyond to help me with whatever I need.
Those words from a real Aetna Medicare Advantage member speak to why U.S. News & World Report named us a Best Medicare Advantage company. Because we show up on calls with members and doctor's offices when requested. We show up with access to convenient care options. We show up for you. Because that's how healthier happens together. Member feedback has been edited for length and clarity.
Telling yourself it's just a short drive is all it takes. A DUI, a crash, even a fatal crash can happen anywhere. It's a risk, no matter the distance. Buzzed or high, get a ride. Never drive. A message from the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety.
Looking for the best value on new tires? Get to Town Fair Tire. We honor every valid manufacturer's and competitor rebates and give you the guaranteed lowest price. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat. No one wants to deal with the IRS, and now you don't have to. The good news is Legal Tax Defense has been successfully negotiating with the IRS for more than 15 years. It doesn't matter how much you owe, whether it's $5,000 or $5 million. You deserve the best in the business on your side, and that is Legal Tax Defense. Even if you're working with someone else and just want a second opinion, there is no cost or obligation to call. They can prevent levies, liens, wage garnishments, even file back tax returns. And the best news about Legal Tax Defense is they won't take your case unless they know they will reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call Legal Tax Defense right now for a free no-risk consultation. 800-284-1238. 800-284-1238. You have nothing to lose but everything to gain. 800-284-1238.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WebNow1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
Come visit the engagement experts at London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations.
Hey, this is Sal Licata. Right now is the time to make sure that your current cooling system is ready for hot weather. You don't want it to fail when it's 90 degrees out, and if it's over 15 years old, you're wasting your money. Get a new high-efficiency AC system right now from my friends at Edison Heating and Cooling. They are New Jersey's air conditioning experts and have been for decades. Take it from me. These guys have done plenty of work on my house. You'll save money and stay cooler. Contact them now at EdisonHVAC.com. That's EdisonHVAC.com.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber with a special message for New York businesses looking to diversify your income. Amazon Hub Delivery is making it easy to earn extra money. When you partner with Amazon Hub Delivery, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area. With each package delivered, you'll gain extra income and exposure for your business. There's no upfront cost, no delivery experience, and no long-term contracts required. Sign up to learn more at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
Hey everyone, Boomer here. If you love eating great food as much as I do, you have to listen up. The Chef IQ Sense wireless thermometer and the mini oven are must-haves in your kitchen. The thermometer helps perfectly cook your chicken, fish, or meat, and the oven is an all-in-one hero that bakes, broils, air fries, toast, and much more. For years now, I've been telling you about how amazing these products are and how they have changed my life. Now it's time to change yours. Go to ChefIQ.com and don't forget to use the code word BOOMER to save big at checkout. That's code word BOOMER at ChefIQ.com.
Who sells Continental tires for less than Town Fair Tire? Nobody. Who has a better selection of Continental tires than Town Fair Tire? Nobody. And who gives you more free services for the life of those Continental tires? Nobody. Town Fair Tire has over 100 locations and over 600,000 tires in stock, all at the guaranteed lowest price. And that's why we say nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
There is something special about sharing a pint of Guinness as you cheer on your team, surrounded by your people. So raise your glass, say sláinte, and take that first sip. It's a lovely day for Guinness. Guinness Draft Stout, Diageo Beer Company, USA, New York, New York. Please drink responsibly.
Your official station to talk Yankees. The Fan, 101.9 FM and always live on the free Odyssey app. Download it today.
Not sure if I love this or like it, but the New York Mets Twitter account tweeted out the final play or the final strikeout of last night's game of Devin Williams, and they just tweeted out the airbender.
Yeah.
And some Yankee fan tweeted, he's not good. And so the Mets Twitter account responded by saying, it's past your bedtime. Okay? This is what was going on. This is what they're doing. And then this Yankee fan writes, I'm wide awake. My Yankees are playing. An actual good team, mind you. And then the Mets Twitter account ends the discussion by saying, we know you don't have a job to get to tomorrow morning. Like, what is going on?
They're letting too many kids run these stupid social media accounts.
And I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's like a 25-year-old. Do we love that, or is it kind of stupid?
I think it's kind of stupid, but it's also not a knock on the Mets. I think they're not the only organization like this. Yeah. It was like funny the first couple times franchises tweeted stupid stuff. Leave that for like fast food restaurants now. Can we act like professional organizations?
The problem with it too
is still entertainment though.
On Twitter,
and
though?
it's just, I mean,
not when it's the @Mets, I don't know.
My issue with it, and this is to quote our good friend Tommy Lugauer, Are you going to skip the podium when Devin Williams implodes?
No biggie.
Like, right now, you're talking trash and you're having fun. Like, it's past your bedtime, you loser.
That's exactly it, Evan. As soon as he has a bad day and then someone comments on it, you also then have to respond.
And they're not going to.
You can't duck it.
Right.
And the reason they can't respond is because it's then bringing light to one of their guys having a bad outing.
Exactly.
So you can't respond to it, but now you're being cowardice.
You are, to quote Tommy, skipping the podium.
Right.
That's what you're doing. Anyhow, Sean, I have a weird appetite today. Why don't you feed us?
Sean Moraes in the booth. Somebody hide the castle. Optics flying, phones ringing, Evans yelling, no! Tiki's laughing, chaos cracking, nobody's in control. It's Cinco de Roncho. Bam! Crunch! Let's go!
Let's go! Cinco de Luncho is brought to you by Helix Wireless, connecting everything, everywhere. Today, do you know what it is, Evan? Do you know what today is?
Well, today is a historic day in New York sports. I don't know if that's what you're referring to. Today is a day in which every local team, obviously outside the Jets and Giants, play. Is that what you're referring to?
No. It's actually just March 31st, which means it's the final day of March, meaning tomorrow we flip the page to April.
More on tonight's historic nature of New York sports coming up in the 1 o'clock hour.
So I'm here, Evan, to foreshadow. We have a long month of April ahead.
Oh.
What are the top 5 New York sports stories that will bring April showers?
Here we go! Number 5.
And showers means conversation, probably involving anger and arguments.
By the way, real quick before you start, at the very, very, very beginning of the show, you can rewind on the Odyssey app, I said March comes in like a lion and out like a lamb.
Yeah.
And Tiki said he's never heard of that
I had
before.
not heard that.
Have you heard April showers brings May flowers?
Of course.
Okay.
I was born in April.
Yeah, but you have you honestly never heard of the March thing?
No.
Sean, you've heard of it, right?
Of course.
Okay.
And those two kind of went hand in hand in my life. March comes in like a lion, out like a lamb. April showers bring May flowers.
Yeah, it's connected. And what's crazy
Maybe
about
it's a Northeastern thing?
That's what I'm thinking.
Speaking of connecting, Cinco de Luncho is brought to you by Helix Wireless, connecting everything everywhere.
Because today is March 31st, and it's 75 degrees. It is going out like a lamb.
Oh,
it came in like a lion, and it's going out like a lamb. It's actually living up to its billing.
I thought you were actually going to add something. I didn't realize you were just Helix.
Sponsoring.
Yeah, sponsoring. Good job.
Where were we?
You were about to start the Cinco.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go! Number 5.
The number 5 New York sports story that will bring April showers, Anthony Volpe's rehab. We know it's coming here this month.
Yeah, so he's about to begin a rehab assignment in about a week or two. I guess he's taking live BP today. But remember, the Yankees can manipulate a little bit by activating him off the IL and optioning him to AAA, which I fully expect that they're going to do because they're going to give him a full spring training.
Right.
And if Caballero is playing well up here, I don't think they're going to be in any rush. So my guess to you as you begin this Cinco is Anthony Volpe is not playing a game for the New York Yankees at the Major League level in the month of April.
Your lips to God's ears.
Number 4.
Perfect timing off the Aaron Glenn comments, but the Jets' Ty Simpson draft debate. I think it's going to heat up over the next couple weeks. I really do think that all signs are pointing towards Ty Simpson's going to be a Jet, but I think you're going to have a lot of debate about, is 16 too early? Do they need to wait till 33? Like, this whole thing is about to heat up with the Jets and Ty Simpson.
Yeah, I think that's right. Because we know that they need a quarterback despite Geno potentially leading them to the promised land. But Ty Simpson, whether to take him in the first round or get another really good player in the first round or take another quarterback later are going to be what you're debating about.
It's going to be a huge debate on this radio station. All right, here we go.
Number 3.
Does the Knicks playoff seed matter over the next week and a half and then eventually, hopefully, a collision course with the Celtics in round 2?
Yesterday, I said that they're better off dropping to the 4 seed. A year ago, on almost this exact same date, we opened a show with me suggesting that the Knicks were better off dropping to the 4 seed. So I didn't realize I was repetitive.
Well, there you go.
But I guess 2 years in a row, it does make sense.
What were the circumstances? Because last year it was Cleveland and Boston.
I don't remember.
Above them? Cleveland was the 1 seed, right?
Yes, and it was about playing Cleveland over Boston in the second round.
That's what it was.
And so now it's Detroit and Boston.
No, it's the same thing. It's avoiding Boston.
Yes, that's it.
Last year it didn't matter because they beat Boston, but different year, different circumstances.
All right.
Number 2.
Number 2, very ironic, because I'm going to give you guys full disclosure. I typed this out yesterday before last night, so just understand. Mets bullpen concerns. I think that this came off of the Dicky Lovelady thing. I think we're going to have a lot of more conversations about how bad the Met bullpen could be here.
Well, let me remind you something, because I know that you were being a jerk over the weekend. I had said going into the season with the Yankees, they got the best lineup in the league. They got the best pitching in the league. My only concern is their bullpen. And, of course, their bullpen's been great through 4 games. There's no denying it. And Sean couldn't wait 3 games into the season to dunk on me by saying, I knew the Yankee bullpen would be great the moment Evan said he was concerned. And I'm like, 3 games, bro. And I would say the same thing with the Mets. Like, Devin Williams was awesome last night. He's been in 2 appearances this year. So far, all good. It doesn't mean that it won't be a big concern. Right. We are barely into the season.
Yeah. And the Mets Twitter account has now caused this as well. So Mets bullpen concerns will rear their ugly head. And last but not least, the number 1 story that will bring April showers in New York sports.
Number 1.
The Giants and Jeremiah Love. It ain't going to go away. It's not going away, and I think it'll be the biggest topic this month.
It will go away in 23 days.
Okay, but by then, the Mayflowers have sprung.
So you believe until we get to the draft, which is 23 days from today?
Yep.
Yeah, so it's 3 weeks from Thursday is the NFL draft.
Wow.
You believe the Jeremiah Love to the New York Giants debate will flow on?
I believe it'll be the single biggest topic on WFA in the next 3 weeks.
But you told us there's nothing to worry about. They're not taking him.
That doesn't mean it's not a topic.
I'm going to play you something. I want you to tell me what you read out of this. So I listened to John Harbaugh yesterday, every word, very entertaining guy. And he was asked about Jeremiah Love, and he basically didn't answer it. So then finally, I think it was Jordan Ronan circles back and says, so is it safe to say you really like Jeremiah Love, that you think he's very good? Listen to John's answer and tell me if this means anything to you in terms of his actual feelings towards potentially drafting Jeremiah Love.
Yes, I do. Yes, I'd probably put very, very good player. Put a couple varies in front of that, maybe a couple more. He's really good.
Does that sound like someone who's in love, or does that sound like someone who's just giving you the answer?
That sounds like a hardball.
What does that mean?
The hardballs will talk and say nothing.
So he didn't give you anything?
No.
I think that was Joe Biden, to be honest with you.
It sounds like
he doesn't like that, right? I disagree with that totally. I think he was just basically yes manning him.
So no interpretation from that?
Nothing from that at all.
Any interpretation from that?
No, I think that this goes with the Beckham stuff. It goes with the Rex Ryan stuff. I heard Gio talking about that this morning. I think Harbaugh's perfected how to compliment somebody while actually revealing nothing about whether they will join the Giants or not.
Say something and say nothing.
But in fairness to the Rex Ryan stuff, when we brought it up to him at the press conference, he said, it sounds like a good idea. And apparently he did talk to him. So it was considered.
Probably talked to him about being a head coach in New York.
Oh, you think that's what it was? You think he kind of...
I think he had a conversation.
He threw us off the path like it wasn't actually about the coordinating job?
That's what I think. Because Rex wouldn't take the coordinator job.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it was offered to him. I think it was talked about with him. Like, I don't think it was, here's the job.
Well, why are you going to talk to him even if you're no intention of offering it?
Pseudo interview. Pseudo, let me just see what he's thinking. Let me see where his defensive knowledge is here in 2026. Let me pick his brain. Let me see if he's interested.
Like, hey, anything I should know about being a head coach in New York?
So you agree with Sean? You don't think he actually talked about the coordinator job?
No. Because he hadn't talked about it until we mentioned it. He hadn't thought about it until we mentioned it to him.
I asked for one thing in regards to the Jeremiah Love situation. This is the only thing I asked for. Because I admit, I'll raise my hand, I take some joy in busting the balls of certain Giant fans who are adamantly against drafting a running back.
Yeah.
Because of the Saquon Barkley thing. They have PTSB, as we like to call it. And so while from a football standpoint, just as an IFO, I don't think it's a terrible pick. I actually think it's a solid pick. I do have a lot of fun with the Big Macs of the world and the Loogies and the Shawns. Basically, every host at this station who's a Giant fan says the same thing. They don't want him. So I'd love to see the reaction if they do draft him. All I ask for is that the Titans don't take him. Because I feel like if the Titans take him, we never get an answer to the question of if the Giants would have taken him. I want the Giants to either take Jeremiah Love and put Sean Morash completely out of his misery, or pass on him, where you have every right to say, you see, Evan, I told you, I'm the Giant expert, 17 podcasts, you're a schmuck. I want there to be a result. I don't want the Titans taking him or a team trading up to take him where we're left in limbo on what the Giants actually would have done. Does that make sense?
It makes sense, but still I said Titans take him, and let's watch what Robert Saleh does with him. That's where my vote goes.
Yeah, because you're just afraid.
I'm not
I
afraid.
mean, they have a big running back room. Nobody who really stands out. Tony Pollard's a good player.
But he's getting older.
Right. And then Tajay Spears.
That's not keeping you from
Mullins.
drafting Jeremiah.
No, nobody is.
No. And I want Jeremiah Love to make as much money as possible. He should go number 4. I'm rooting for the kid.
Why? Is that your way of saying you're afraid?
No, I think he's a good kid that deserves a good start. Just not here.
Take the sarcasm out. Like, are you
sarcasm?
Because I just gave you a really raw, honest answer on what I'd like, and I gave you the reasons. I couldn't have been more blunt. Like, I want there to be a conclusion to it. It sounds, based on the game you're playing, that you're afraid. You don't trust John Harbaugh.
No,
that's what you're saying.
No, I think if you take Jeremiah Love ahead of the Giants, then you're going to only raise the floor of who the Giants could take at 5. That's a better fit.
No, I understand that. But are you afraid of the Giants taking Jeremiah Love?
I'm really not. I don't think they're taking him. I'm really not.
You're afraid?
No, I'm not. Because the other thing, again, I'm coming back to some people aren't hearing me.
I see it in your eyes.
No.
Hold on.
I'm not scared.
I'm going to stand up for Sean. What does he have to be scared of?
Because he doesn't want the player. He's made that very
but
clear.
What is that? That doesn't mean he's not going to be supportive or good as a Giant.
Well, hold on, Tiki. Time out. 30-second. You know this guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because we played it last week, for those that missed it, his reaction to the drafting of Saquon Barkley.
Of course. But
Dude,
that was a completely different set of circumstances.
By the way, I agree with you.
The Giants needed to take a quarterback in a draft that had quarterbacks to take.
Tiki,
and they didn't.
I agree with you.
The Giants don't need to take anything right now.
You understand that he
they
disagrees.
need a linebacker, right? But they don't have to take a linebacker.
I know, but he said 3 weeks ago to us, taking a running back now would be worse than what they did with Saquon. His words, not mine.
For different reasons.
It's different.
So then how could you not
in
understand he's going to lose his mind?
In a league, because you don't need a quarterback. In a league where you have a quarterback, Evan. In a league where you have a quarterback, if you take someone who's not a quarterback and you don't need one, it's like, okay, good luck, right? Let's see. Of course, we could have taken a linebacker, but we have faith in whatever veterans we have here. Tremaine Edmonds, who we just traded, or not even traded, got in free agency, or whoever else is out there that you could draft later on. I don't think this team is desperate for any position. The Giants. What's the desperate position?
I agree. And you know what, John used a great analogy yesterday. He said, you don't go to the buffet hungry.
Which is a terrible analogy.
Why? It was a great analogy.
Who goes to a buffet when they're not hungry?
No, actually, you should go to a buffet hungry.
Yeah,
because the food is so bad?
No, you want to take advantage.
You just want to take advantage of being able to eat without having to cost.
The point that Harbaugh made was...
terrible analogy.
That's a bad
They're not going to the draft hungry for a specific position.
He got the idiom wrong.
So we should put him on idioms?
Yes, it is. You don't go to the grocery store hungry.
Yes.
Buffet. Because you end up buying nonsense that you don't need, but you look at it and you're like, oh, I want that right now. Oh, I want those Pop-Tarts, even though I haven't had them since I was 12. I'm going to buy those Pop-Tarts.
No, that's true.
Speak for yourself.
That's true. I want to end our argument because we shouldn't be arguing. You should be arguing with Sean. So I'm going to duck out of this by just reminding you, you just said you don't think Sean will freak out if they draft Jeremiah Love.
No, they won't.
Sean, take over because you know you will.
He's not.
I don't know what my feeling is going to be that night on the draft, Evan.
Oh, my God. You said it would be worse than taking Saquon.
It would be.
And okay, so you're not going to freak out?
We have 3 weeks to go. Here, I'm going to freak out more about the idea that from February through April, seemingly everybody and their mother knew the Giants were taking Jeremiah Love, and they did. And that, to me, would be more alarming than the actual taking of the player, because it would tell me Harbaugh took over. The first leak about who they were taking was right for 2 months, and everybody kept saying it. And then I'm going to wonder, well, what the hell's changed? They're leakier than ever. That's the bigger issue than the running back. And I don't know why not enough people are talking about that. If everybody knows they're taking Jeremiah Love, there's an issue with the Giants that everybody already knows this. There is. Which is why they're not. That's what I'm going to freak out about.
That was his point. It wasn't about the how he fit.
Oh, I know what's going on now.
And I've said it a million times. This look doesn't listen to me.
By the way, that's exactly how he said it before.
No, he didn't want a running back, and he argued with me that they're not ready for a running back.
But that's
he
agreed.
thought about it for like 30 minutes.
Evan, I agree that I don't think they're ready for a running back, and I don't want a running back. But
no, they are ready for a running back.
Okay, I think they have a running back.
That's the wrong way to say it. They
still don't have a starting right guard, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, Aaron Stinney's on this team.
Oh, great. That's the perfect time to take a run. Now I am arguing about
He started at Tampa Bay. He was a starter for the Bucks.
Finally got what I wanted. I just need to poke
Evan
him
Neal's the backup.
Oh, jeez. Nobody works harder.
Bottom line is this.
Marcus Bowe could slide in.
Will you be upset if they draft Jeremiah Love? Just say yes or no.
Ask me in 3 weeks.
Oh, my God.
Or perhaps watch me on YouTube in 3 weeks. All right.
We'll come back with your calls, 888-808-1019. And what's the biggest thing to come out of the NFL owners' meetings? Plus, why tonight is a historic night in New York sports. We'll explain. Evan and Tiki for another hour till the Carton Show with Big Mac.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
There's one name that North Carolina basketball should be targeting as its next head coach, and that is current Chicago Bulls head coach Billy Donovan. Donovan won 2 national championships in college at the University of Florida. Why in the world would he want to stay as the head coach of the Chicago Bulls, who stink every year, when he could go to North Carolina with all those resources? Tell me Billy Donovan couldn't win a national title at Carolina. I'm Nick Costos.
America, look around. Everywhere you go, prices are still high. Rates have been whipsawing markets, and the debt and spending don't exactly scream stability. If your retirement is mostly stocks and bonds, you may be taking a risk, more risk than you think. And when you're near retirement, a sharp drawdown at the wrong time can do real damage. Experts say diversifying with intention is the #1 secret account that all Americans' smart money uses to hedge against instability. Its precious metals, silver, and gold is having a spectacular bull run. Would it not make sense to get in before the rocket takes off? Monetary Gold have been around since 2000, witnessing multiple economic setbacks. They have the experience to help tailor your portfolio to your needs. If you call now, they will cover up to a lifetime of your IRA fees on qualified accounts. Call Monetary Gold now at 877-NOW-GOLD. That's 877-NOW-GOLD. Performance may vary. You should always consult your financial and tax professional. That's 877-NOW-GOLD.
That Odyssey Sports Minute was brought to you by Dr. Jay Shah at Samwell Institute for Pain Management. Visit SamwellPain.com. Also, this Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ, precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. In proof that athletes are human too, last night Anthony Edwards was announced to the crowd the starting lineup for the T-Wolves, and he was nowhere to be found. Mike Conley would start the game unannounced. Edwards returned to the bench. Why was Anthony Edwards not starting? More on that when we come back.
No! It's just a golf lesson, champ. Loosen up.
I can't. See that Hyundai Santa Fe?
Yeah.
I only paid.
Finish up on your own. I gotta run.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on the Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid. Now, during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Hurry, offer ends March 31st. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
The problem with radio is we can't show you our new box packed with a KFC snacker, 5 nuggets, fries, and a drink for just $7. So you'll just have to trust us when we say the crispy golden fried breading will make your mouth water. You'll have to trust us when we say this is a ridiculous amount of chicken for such a small price. And you'll have to really trust us when we insist that, yes, it really is only $7. $7 box feast from KFC. Trust us, it's finger-licking good.
Prices and participation may vary. Tax, tips, and fees extra.
Right now, new FanDuel customers can get up to $300 back in bonus bets every day for 10 days. So here's how it works. Place any bet with FanDuel using your bet reset token. And if it doesn't win, you'll get up to $300 back in bonus bets every single day for 10 straight days. Maybe you'll parlay 3 different sluggers to hit home runs. Maybe you'll take 3 of your favorite pitchers to go over their strikeout number. Whatever you decide to do, use your bet reset token. And if your bet doesn't win, you'll get up to $300 back in bonus bets every single day for 10 straight days. So visit FanDuel.com/New York to sign up today. FanDuel, play your game. We all love the app around here. It is safe and secure. When you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of WFAN.
21 and over and physically present in New York. Bonus bets are non-withdrawable and expire 7 days after receipt. Tokens are received in increments of 1 per day. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with the gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
It's March savings time at Nielsen Dodge. It's also tax return time, and we have a great money-saving idea. Show us what your tax return is, and we'll double it up to $1,500.
You can count on 0 down payment, super low lease payments,
0% financing is available.
Lease a new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Altitude X 4x4, just $198 a month.
Match your tax return up to $1,500 on any new Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, or Ram.
Hundreds of vehicles in stock with big savings off MSRP. And of course, we always give you the credit help you need.
Find out what your tax return is before April 15th, and we'll double it up to $1,500. Max your tax only at Nielsen Dodge for a limited time.
On Route 10 in East Hanover, or shop online at nielsendodge.com.
Declaration of Deal Sales Event.
With approval, term 27 months, due at sign, $51.98. Add tax tag $498 and DMV fees. For tax refund info, see dealer for details.
Are you an adult with uncontrolled moderate to severe Crohn's disease symptoms and still packing a backup bag of clothes? Just in case? Skyrizi Risankizumab Riza can help you take control of your Crohn's. Feel significant symptom relief, including less abdominal pain and fewer bowel movements at 4 weeks. Plus, Skyrizi is proven to help people achieve remission and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Individual results may vary. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's. Ready to take control of your Crohn's? Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's disease.
Control is everything to me.
Learn more at skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it.
Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of essentials. Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Talk sports after hours with Tommy Lugauer, 7 to midnight. WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, an Odyssey sports station.
Someday, my dream, not saying this dream is going to happen, Tiki, it's just a dream, but someday my dream is that Anthony Edwards is going to grow tired of Minnesota, demand a trade, and my team will be the ones waiting because he's not only a superstar, but he's hilarious. And so Sean mentioned it right before we went to break that last night he was introduced to the starting lineup but wasn't there, didn't show up, and didn't start the game. And we all needed to find out why. So Anthony Edwards gave us the answer on why.
What happened to you for the first minute of the game? I was taking a Oh. Yeah. But, yeah, like I said, Mike held it down for me. Yeah.
He was, he was...
relieving himself.
Yes. You got to love that honesty.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, you try to plan it out, but sometimes, listen, you can't battle nature. Like, I've been able to...
Or a poor diet.
Or poor diet. Like, I've been battling never having to use the restroom in that kind of way while we're on the radio. And I think I've done that successfully, like, basically every time except once. I think there was one time where I was in that position of, all right, got to do it.
Right.
But we battle the same stuff.
Yeah.
Portal potty.
It's almost easier in these hours.
I disagree with you.
Wow, we're going to do details on this, huh?
Yeah, I disagree with you about that. Because when my routine is like 9 a.m., that was my routine.
Yeah,
Touching it is kind of fun. And I don't like doing it here. And I'm forced to do it here, which is not the same as being at home. So then I don't do it. I don't do it well. Right. And it's just, my whole routine is screwed up. So I think they're just jacking big crowds every single night.
I got a secret for you, but I'll tell you off air.
Oh, okay, yeah. Let's keep that private. Since
You wear diapers?
Oh. Imagine if that was the secret.
No.
He says, listen, Evan, pens. That's the way to go.
I'm working on a new endorsement.
The biggest takeaway, by the way, from the NFL meetings is that every owner wants 18 games. And they are going to do everything they can to get it. I'm in favor of it only because 17 is such an odd number.
I agree.
I would have kept 16. I love the perfect symmetry of a football season, but once they went to 17, go to 18.
Yeah, it made sense. 4 teams in each division. It just feels 16 was the right number.
Yeah.
But if you're going to odd numbers just don't make any sense, even though it makes sense from what the league is trying to do to try to get teams to go overseas. But with 18 games, you know they're going to get every team to go overseas.
Yep.
And it's going to expand the league. It's going to make the salary cap bigger. Players are going to make more. Owners are going to make more. And we're going to have more football.
We are. And what I really love, it's a small aspect of an 18-game season with 2 bye weeks, which means you're pushing the season back 2 weeks, right? Because you got the game and then you got the extra bye week. So 2 extra weeks to the NFL season means that the season isn't ending right after New Year's. It's not playing its penultimate game. Penultimate game? Penultimate game on Christmas.
Right.
And so I kind of like that.
I do too.
I don't want the last game being right after New Year's. I don't want the second to last game being on Christmas.
Right.
So
you want to have a week, like mid-January. It's over.
Yeah.
And now you're getting ready for the postseason, and you have another month of football left.
Absolutely. So I like that. And, of course, I'm hoping that the NFL doesn't screw with the fact that the season starts after Labor Day, because I know that there's always been that talk of going back to when you played, of putting it prior to Labor Day. I think that would be a disgrace.
Yeah. So save that for college football.
Exactly.
They can have that. What is it? What do they call it in college football?
Week 0.
Week 0. They can have that week 0.
Week 0 is the week before.
Oh, it's even earlier.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's like when they play a game in Ireland and Hawaii.
Right.
Plays.
Week 1 is Labor Day.
Yes.
Because I cannot get over, and I think you're dealing with it too. A lot of us are dealing with it, but you may not realize it yet. Your kid's school year is beginning prior to Labor Day. Mm-hmm. And I am protesting it. I will not send my kids to school until after Labor Day. And I think we should all band together. Screw you. We are not starting school prior to Labor Day. The Tuesday after Labor Day, kids will go in. But if you plan school prior to Labor Day, what was the Gary Templeton line? If I'm not a starting, I'm not departing. Look that one up.
I don't know that one.
If you're starting it before Labor Day, we're not showing up. I don't have a rhyme. I'm sorry.
Yeah, work on that one a little bit.
Yeah. Come up with a rhyme, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get back to your calls, 888-808-1019. Anthony is in the Bronx. Hey, Anthony.
Hi, guys. I want to push back on the number 2 for a running back. Saquon had a great rookie year.
Yes.
All right. Saquon helped the Eagles get to the Super Bowl. In that Jet-Giant game when DeVito didn't pass the ball, I mean, Saquon almost beat us single-handedly. What is Aikman without Emmitt Smith? Also, a guy in
Denver,
the
Sean
Broncos.
Elway without Terrell Davis. Is that where we're going?
I'm sorry, Terrell Davis. Sorry, yeah. The running back is so important. Number 2, I think why not? I don't know what this kid is all about, this Love kid, but if he's that good, why not?
Oh, he's a special talent. There's no doubt about that. If you watch any of his college tape, he's a man amongst boys sometimes, and. The reality is the Giants could use him. I'm not saying that the Giants need him, but they also don't really need anything.
But that's the beautiful part, and I agree with you. I remember when we started talking about this back in February, we always prefaced with the idea of drafting Love along with what are they going to do in free agency? Mm-hmm. What are their needs going into the draft? Right. And I agree with you. They don't have overwhelming, obvious needs. And I believe that Jeremiah Love, if he's who we think he is, and you put him in that running back room with this quarterback, with this offensive line, absolutely they can be dynamic. And John Harbaugh's basically said we want to run the football, we want to shove the football down your throat. Imagine adding Jeremiah Love to a room that already features Cam Scottaboo and Tyrone Tracy. I'm enamored by it. So, yeah, part of it is making fun of guys like Sean and Big Mac. I think it's a good football move. I really do.
I just don't know how you two think the Giants don't need anything. They cannot stop the run and have done nothing to help that. They have no defensive tackle next to Dexter
So
Lawrence.
they have to take a defensive
They
tackle.
actually, and look, we can
They
argue.
have to take a defensive tackle.
No.
Okay.
Hear me out.
Robert Harrison had a really good season last year.
Tiki, they were awful against the run.
Robertson, Harris, I mean. Yes.
And
well, they were, but part of that was because they didn't have any linebackers.
Okay. I mean, Dex wasn't great.
Have they improved their linebackers, Sean?
They improved with Edmonds, yeah,
Okay.
but I still
curious.
think they need more there. And I would furthermore this, too. They got worse at cornerback.
So they have to, I want to make it clear based on what you're saying, they have to draft a corner or a defensive tackle.
What I'm telling you is
their nickel is fine. You have to trust that Paulson Adebo is going to be Paulson Adebo, who they signed, not the guy coming off a broken femur, which he was a year ago. Who's the other corner?
They just signed Greg Newsome. Come on.
Now look, he's the average player, but
at best.
But you can go draft a corner.
Okay,
not in the first round. You're not getting the best corner in the NFL if you don't take him, or in the draft, I should say, if you don't take him in the first round. But there's some good corners coming out.
Okay, and before Evan, because Evan's going to go, well, this means you have to take a detail.
That's what you're saying.
No,
I just
all
want
I'm
to
saying
interpret
is,
you.
Evan, I could rattle 5 positions where I think the Giants are drastically weaker than they are at the running back position to go, this team is not ready to compete to just add a running back in the first round, and that's the way I feel.
Well, but you're wrong.
How am I wrong? Evan, and forget this.
John
Again,
Harbaugh thinks you're
I
wrong.
know that Greg Van Roten could sign a day. He's not getting any younger. They quite literally do not have a starting right guard on the roster 3 weeks before the draft.
Aaron Stinney started multiple years in Tampa. Now, I know he's not exciting to you. He doesn't fit the mold of this guy could be a Pro Bowler. But sometimes you don't need Pro Bowl guards. You need well-coached and sometimes even a tackle moving to a guard, which the Ravens did last year
I get
with
that.
Faalele. So could you see Marcus Bowe moving to guard? Sure, 100%. If he's good enough of an athlete and you want to get him on the field because you've re-signed your right tackle in Illuminor. You obviously have a great left tackle. Your left guard is still still here on the roster, and your center's fine. So you don't need to get a guard. And if you're drafting a guard, you're not taking him in the first round.
Maybe not, or you are.
So then what's your argument? If you're arguing about positions you need to add in, but you're not also arguing that you want to draft at that position in the first round, what are we talking about?
There are several players going to be on the board that make the Giants immediately better next year over Jeremiah Love. Sonny Styles makes them better at stopping the run next year.
You don't think Jeremiah Love makes them considerably better? I know
then adding Sonny Styles to the defense, then adding Caleb Downs to the defense.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Then adding Maui Oga to the offense.
Yes.
Yeah, I do think all of those things make the Giants better than adding Jeremiah Love. Yes.
Jeremiah Love can make this offense, and I know they were 5th running the football last year, but they can become incredibly dynamic.
Okay.
Yeah.
They could have a top offense.
I think what Sean is arguing is that if you draft Jeremiah Love, you get marginally better as your run game.
Yes.
To your point, they're number 5 rushing team last year.
But a lot of that was from Dart.
They're number 2 or 3 or 1, whatever. It doesn't even matter. But if you draft a linebacker who is an impact right away Pro Bowl, maybe even future Hall of Fame linebacker, because you take him that high, number 5, and then your defense goes from 28th in the league to 12th.
Yeah, but I don't think that's happening based on one player you drafted 5.
How do you know?
It's not just one player. It's the fact that hopefully Dexter Lawrence is more motivated.
Exactly, but that has nothing to do with
Robertson
drafting
Harris
the player, and Tremaine
has
Edmonds was a good
season.
addition.
Tremaine Edmonds, who you brought in free agency.
So then you can't say drafting that player brings you from 28th to 12th. That's all I'm saying.
No, Evan, the point is there's still 1 or 2 players away on defense, and my only point is Jeremiah Love is not that much greater a draft prospect than a Sonny Styles, a Caleb Downs. I would even go Mansour Delane, where you're looking at this going, man, look at how awesome this is. I think when you're taking Jeremiah Love, you're starting. I get the identity. I get running the football. But I think Tiki used the word right. Will they be better? Sure. But marginally better in an area that they were already one of the best in the league at. And I'm not looking at this draft board picking at 5 going, yeah, this is no doubt compared to what else you're going to do.
I also think
you want to blend need with best player.
We all say it, and I just don't think it's fair. Well, they were already really good at it. Most of that came from a quarterback running the football.
Okay, and you think he's going to stop running the
it
football?
It wasn't most of it.
A lot of it did.
It was a contributing factor.
It was a huge factor.
So now he stops running the football. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying that Jeremiah Love improves the room. And like everything is it's just not linear to last year. Well, they were 5th, so just run it back. They're fine.
They're 2 running backs, alternate injuries, and we're totally good enough and capable.
One of them is coming off a massive injury in Cam Scatterbo.
Run game often is not about the running back. I know we like to do that, but it's not often about the running back.
And that's my other point about adding Jeremiah
you know
Love.
what it is about the running back? Because you're right. Mostly it's about the line in front of you is when you have a dynamic player.
Yeah,
and Jeremiah Love is one of them.
Okay,
like Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
And Derrick Henry, sure.
Okay, and Saquon was that, and he had 3 1,000-yard rushing seasons, and a lot of that because of the O-line. John Michael Schmitz may not be here next year.
And now you've proven my point. Thank you very much.
Aaron Stinney, okay,
No,
start
we're
him,
done.
and who's
We're
the
done.
backup guard?
We're done. I'm gonna tell
Andrew
you
Thomas
why.
gets hurt. What's
No,
going to happen?
we're
They
done.
are so
We're good.
flimsy on the O-line. It's
I
not
got
even
you.
funny.
I got you. We're done. Here's what the point was proven. This guy had the balls 25 minutes ago to say, I don't know how I'll react if they draft Jeremiah Love. I don't know. Now you hear the passion in his voice. We know how he's going to react. He doesn't want the player.
I don't.
And that's
but-
fine.
No,
We all disagree. But don't act like, oh, it'll be no biggie if we draft him.
I
I'll be
didn't say
upset
that.
about the leaks. Listen to yourself right now.
Listen to yourself.
I'm consistent.
I've said
I'm proving
14 times in the last hour and a half they don't have a starting right guard. What if they sign Kevin Zeitler and Greg Van Roten in the next 2 weeks? What if they turn around and they add Calais Campbell and Shelby Harris to the D-tackle room? What if somehow they make a trade for a corner we didn't see coming? That is my point.
No, it's not.
I reserve the right to change my opinion in 3 weeks, and I'm not going to give any gimmicks in stupid games. Do I think right now it's a stupid pick? Yes. But I do think that there is a way in the next 3 weeks that could change. That is my point. Ask me in 3 weeks.
It has nothing to do with me. It has to do with you. You're a passionate fan who doesn't want to be miserable. So you don't want to be screaming and yelling for the next 3 months. So all of this has nothing to do with me or any move they're going to make in the next 3 weeks. It's preparing that you'll flip-flop on, oh, it actually makes a lot of sense.
Oh, my God. I can't stand you sometimes.
Wow.
You don't get it. You don't get it.
Be a man.
The point about being miserable is I also think Jeremiah Love's a good player. So while I'll be upset at the pick, I'm also not going to be upset as a Giant fan that they added a good player. All I'm saying is, objectively speaking, it is not the right move for the franchise, but the worst part of it would be that the brand new coach and brand new regime came in and everybody freaking knew what they were doing for 2 months, and that's a bigger issue for the Giants than the actual player. That's my point.
If the New York Giants draft Jeremiah Love as a friend, I'm going to buy you his jersey.
You know what? As a friend, shove it up. Forget it.
What was that about?
Because as a friend, you poke.
I'm going to buy you his jersey. Why is that like such a bad thing now? I'm going to buy you his jersey as a friend. Why is that bad?
What am I? I can't buy my own jerseys now?
Now it's going to turn into me saying you don't have money?
You poked me so much. You want it? You got the Pillsbury Doughboy poked, okay?
Are you going to buy me a Jet jersey of whoever they pick it to? Because I'd gladly accept it. Thank you, Sean.
No, I'm not offering you anything anymore. I'm done. Take your tickets. Take your jersey.
So mad.
Just give me the sound tomorrow morning. We'll move on.
Wow. Are we breaking up, Sean?
I just need a break. When is my vacation?
You bald bitch.
He just took it.
That's right.
Let's go to Chris in Bayshore. Hey, Chris.
Yeah, hey, guys. Hey, listen, I'm with Shawnee on this one. He's mad at me because I told him we had the Weiser thing. But, man, Evan, you are on him something fierce today.
That's because his word about his head coach saying that he's got a generational quarterback right
That's
now.
true.
That's taking him to the promised land.
My head coach said Geno Smith is leading us to the promised land. Trust me, whatever problems Sean has, mine are bigger. Mine are much
I
bigger.
get it. Well, that's my point. I had a Glenn point. I think that I got a little bit of a solution for him because I don't know about you, but every time I hear him begin, it's cringeworthy, really is. And I think that he's got to adopt the Herb Brooks thing from 1980. Just start sending his assistants to the press conferences. Anything he's doing, just send the DC, the OC, whoever it is, just stay in the room and watch film. I think that worked better.
I mean, it might. Here you go. Talk to Frank Reich. He'll tell you all you need to know about Geno Smith. Talk to Frank Reich. He's our offensive head coach right now.
It's funny. We're in the business where you want the GM and the head coach to tell you something. Like, we don't want vanilla answers, but sometimes vanilla answers are the right way to go.
Yeah, but you also don't want him talking out of his ass.
Which is what this is.
And that's what this feels like.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you actually saying?
Well, it's also
because you can't believe that. You might believe it. You might want that to happen, but you can't believe that that's going to happen.
Right. Like, think about me. I want that to happen. I said that on the air. I said, hey, guys, here's my fantasy. Here's my dream, and I know you're going to make fun of me. And then I went on about Geno Smith leading us to the promised land.
Yes.
But I prefaced it with, I know it's not going to happen. This is what I want, though, as a fan. We all want to have success. We all want to be surprised. This head coach actually thinks, at least he said it publicly, Geno Smith is leading us to the promised land.
Same old Jets.
And it's like, I should get past it. I should be mature enough to be like, whatever, it doesn't matter. And I know words generally don't matter, but it's stupid. It shouldn't be said. It's dumb. It's insulting our intelligence.
Right.
To actually.
Or our eyes, just what we just recently saw.
Right.
Now, part of that was because Chip Kelly was a horrible offensive coordinator in Las Vegas with the Raiders, and Geno Smith with a new scheme and a new situation. He just completely regressed. He looked lost a lot of those times out there on the field. It's not all his fault, but it's just a reality. And he's a year older now. And so, Geno Smith can be a really good quarterback. Is he one of the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL right now? Not based off last season.
No. But what I will tell you about Geno, because I want to be fair about this, is that 3 years ago, when Geno did
made
the
a Pro Bowl, he was elite.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd go elite, but he was pretty good.
Right.
And I'd probably say he was a top 13 quarterback.
His completion percentage was the best in the league. He didn't make mistakes. He scored touchdowns. Now, again, they had a really good run game, really good defense. So he was a finishing part to a pretty good product.
Absolutely. He was very good.
Yes.
I acknowledge that.
Right.
But I just, the promised land. You know what, Sean? That's why I've been busting your balls. It's true. I'm going to self-evaluate.
Why?
Because I'm miserable.
Well, you guys have the quarterback taking the promised land. You should be taking a running back number 2 overall.
Shut up.
The New York Jets suck. I just feel like he's the guy that's going to lead us to the promised land.
I think that's what it is. I think my miserableness is I'm trying to drag you into being miserable with me. I'm not going to apologize, though. Let's go to Val in the Bronx. Hey, Val.
Good morning. Good afternoon, gentlemen. How are you?
All's good.
Good. What's up?
Tiki, the living legend, Barber, Evan, Rico Roberts, and Mr. More Yankees, More Rash. I got a Yankees point and I got a Giants point for you. The Yankees one is real quick. I made a call over the weekend. I think I spoke to Gordon, and I want to just preface it by saying I know it is very early, and so we can't make these platitudes or takes so far yet. But one thing I will say, even though they lost the game yesterday, I am feeling nice about let's say the back end of our rotation, the 3 and the 4 starter. Even though Weathers lost the game yesterday, it was one run. You know what I mean? And I keep saying I'm very hopeful that what we get from those 2 guys up until the big names come back means a lot. So if we could get just like a settling, calm kind of effort from them every time they come through, as far as Warren and Weathers, it'll put us in a good place for when the big boys come back. And to get to my Giants point, the discussions that I'm hearing everybody talking about with Jeremiah Love, one thing I will say, keep in mind that this is the time, I said it last year, and I've picked up on people using my word again this year. There's a lot of propaganda that's going to go on between now and right through up until draft weekend. You cannot look at that running back position in a vacuum. For any Giants fan that's saying we already have Tyrone Tracy and we already have Scatterboo, why do we need Love? Just keep in mind, if you get Love, and let's say they decide Scatterboo is the real bruiser back that they want to keep, you can always do something with Tyrone Tracy.
And they'd probably do well for Tyrone Tracy. Don't you think they get like a 4th round pick?
I don't even know if they would move him. I think you keep him as an insurance back for you. Now maybe it puts Devin Singletary in an odd position for playing time, and he might become a casualty. He kind of already is a cap casualty because he had to take a pay cut to stay on the roster. And there's I guess there is some loyalty, but not really with the new staff to him, only because of his veteran nature. And I doubt you would want 3 young running backs in your running back room without a veteran.
Right.
So that is what it is. But I think the reality of the Jeremiah Love, if he is drafted by the Giants, is that he is a big back. Cam Scatterboo is not a big back. Tyrone Tracy is probably more of a big back than Cam Scatterboo.
I think Cam Scatterboo plays like a big back.
Right.
Yeah.
Jeremiah Love is 6'1", 220, 215, whatever he is. He runs a 4.3 40. The dude he's a specimen of a human. And that's why it's hard not to be enamored by him when you get asked about him, because he looks like an old school tailback from my era, back when, you had to carry the ball 25 times between the tackles. Now, I wasn't that, but most of the other guys, that's who they were.
Sure.
And so, John Harbaugh has been a coach for a long time. He remembers that.
Well, and he also brought in Derrick Henry.
And he had that for the last couple of years in Baltimore to much success. So don't be surprised by it is all I'm saying.
No, I wouldn't be surprised. Would you be surprised by it, Sean?
If they took Love?
Yes.
I mean, everybody's saying they will, so how could I be surprised?
All right. That was a very kind of sarcastic answer, but
that-
okay,
that
we'll
very
accept
much
it.
was.
We'll accept it. Paul's in Rockland. Hey, Paul.
Paul dropped.
Paulie is gone.
By the way,
We'll
you
go
heard
to-
about the night before?
What?
The night before, Pittsburgh, they're hosting the draft. As they prepare to welcome the nation's unofficial beginning of football season, that's the NFL draft, the city's kickoff celebration begins with an unforgettable invite-only night of music. Ooh. The night before takes place Wednesday, April 22nd at the Rivers Casino Event Center featuring Jason Aldean, John Morgan, and Shane Proffitt. Visit Odyssey.com/thenightbefore. Odyssey.com/thenightbefore to enter for your chance to win this national contest. The prize is round trip airfare, a 2-night hotel stay, and 2 tickets to the show. That's the night before.
That sounds pretty bad.
Hold on, Evan.
What?
Are you aware that on top of the radio we're on YouTube?
What?
Yes. You just scratched your ass as Tiki did that right.
Oh, you can see that?
Yes. What are you doing? You're so in there with your hand on your ass cheek.
Could you
No, he can't see that.
It's behind the desk. I knew I was scratching my hookers.
What are you doing?
Let me tell you something, Sean. Our frame is here.
Yeah, they can't see it. Why would you call it?
Because I'm staring right at it.
Yeah.
I assume YouTube picked up on
No,
it.
our frame is here.
And now you're hitting the buttons. Go Purell yourself. You're disgusting.
First of all, a couple things. Let me address this. The hand I used and the screen I use over here, no one else uses. Okay? So no one else is touching it. That's a no biggie spot. All right?
Oh, that makes it better.
And number two, I had an itch, but I knew no one would see it. I don't know why you're calling attention to it.
Because it was deep, dude.
It wasn't that
I
deep.
saw there was friction there. I could see it.
You're still pissed about this Jeremiah Love
I
thing.
am, and I'm disgusted by you now. You're picking your butt.
All right. What can I tell you? I apologize. For anyone who saw it, I didn't mean to do it.
No one saw it because our frame is desk up.
So what the hell's the issue? Tom's in Weston. What's up, Tom?
Hey, guys. Always a great show.
Appreciate it.
I want to tell you guys who I think the Giants should draft and why I'm interested in seeing what you guys think.
Go.
I know Jeremiah Love would be a great pick, and I can't argue against it. However, the Giants cannot stop the run. I think that they should draft Sonny Styles, and if they pair him up with the guy that they got from Chicago, I can't remember his name, I don't think anyone will run on the Giants. And I believe that's what they need more than they need a running back. What do you guys think?
If I had to guess right now, like as we sit here 3 weeks and 2 days out from the NFL draft, which is going to be a big night, you know, and here at WFAN as well, my guess is it's going to be Sonny Styles. Like that's my
right.
Like
if I had
now,
to bet on it, that's what I would say.
Yeah, that would probably be the. Would that surprise you, Sean, if they draft Sonny Styles?
No. In fact, you're going to get me very excited.
Oh, you'll jump on the table?
I might need a wrist guard by the end of the night.
I don't understand what that means because you said that earlier about me. What's a wrist guard for?
Don't worry about it. 888-808-1019.
All right. Thank you very much. Yeah. I think I'm going to be with you during the draft. I think we're going to hang out.
That's what I'm being told as well.
That's what I hear. So you will literally jump on a table if they draft Sonny Styles.
Are you trying to get me to call attention to the fact you were just jingling your sack now, too? What is going on? Just take a break and go itch yourself everywhere you got to in private. You know it, too. Your hand was so deep in your pocket. It was like you were rolling the dice.
Oh, man. All right, we'll come back with your calls. And also why tonight is a historic night in New York sports. Evan and Tiki here on the Fan Till the Card. You show it, too.
Fanatics Fest, the world's #1 sports fan festival, returns to the Javits Center in New York City from July 16th to the 19th. See top athletes and just announced former Met and Yankee greats Mike Piazza, Jorge Posada, David Wright, Mariano Rivera, Keith Hernandez, Don Mattingly, Darryl Strawberry, Andy Pettit, and Jose Reyes. There will be live panels, autographs, photo ops, rare trading cards, and memorabilia, plus exclusive merch drops you can only get at Fanatics Fest. This is the ultimate weekend where sports and culture collide. Tickets on sale now. Grab yours at fanaticsfest.com.
This portion of the program was sponsored by Kalshi. Trade on anything. March matchups are down to 4. Trade the tournament with Kalshi. Arizona and Michigan are trading at 34% to cut down the nets. A $100 trade pays $273 if either one wins it all. Download the Kalshi app. Use code FAN to get $10 when you trade 10. Kalshi, trade on anything. It is also sponsored by Total Orthopedics, the experts at getting you back to being you. Total Orthopedics is expanding across Long Island and New Jersey with offices coming to Babylon, West Babylon, Comac, and West Orange. From sprains and broken bones to complex sports injuries, they're the experts at getting you back to being you. Visit TotalOrthoSportsMed.com today.
I'm Pat Boyle, here to help you beat the books with Western One Sports. The Lakers square off with the Cavs tonight with critical playoff seeding implications. I'm expecting a ton of points in this game. LA and Cleveland are both top 6 in the NBA in offensive rating over the last 15 games. Luka Doncic returns after his one-game suspension. Shot-making quality will be through the roof. Defense could be optional. I like the over for Cavs-Lakers. I'm Pat Boyle. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
At NYU Langone Health, we know there really is no place like home. That's why we get our surgery patients home faster and have fewer readmissions than any other health system. That means once you're home, you won't need to go back for the same procedure. Instead, you can get back to the things you love. And the next time you need something else, we're here. Better health starts with a better health system. Learn more at nyulangonehealth.org.
The Rutgers men's basketball team is back in action this winter at Jersey Mike's Arena. Join the fun and don't miss the excitement on the court as head coach Steve Peichel and the Scarlet Knights take on some of the top teams in the Big Ten Conference. Limited tickets are still available to come cheer on your Scarlet Knights. For more information or to purchase Rutgers men's basketball tickets, visit scarletknights.com. That's scarletknights.com. And go RU.
Batteries Plus presents Power Ballads.
Unless you live in a cave, you need batteries. For cars, boats, and smartphones to keep life a breeze. Did you know we sell key fobs? We program them too. From lithium to 9-volt batteries up the wazoo. Batteries Plus, there's no problem too large. Batteries Plus, we're the experts in charge.
Water damage happens fast. So can the cleanup when you call on the restoration specialists at 1-800-SERVPRO to help make it like it never even happened. That's 1-800-SERVPRO.
Franchises are independently owned and operated.
Looking for the lowest price on name brand tires? Get to Town Fair Tire and get the guaranteed lowest price on any name brand tire. Nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
For 100 years, London Jewelers has been part of life's most meaningful moments, from engagements and anniversaries to milestones, big and small. We've helped mark the moments that matter the most to our customers. Generations of families have trusted London Jewelers for exceptional craftsmanship, timeless design, and service that lasts a lifetime. As we celebrate a century of excellence, we thank you for being part of our story, and we look forward to the moments still to come. We invite you to visit London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years flavors of brilliance. All new Dunkin' Zero, only 20 calories. Zero sugar, the all new revitalizing energy drink made with B vitamins, so you can actually feel good about it. Struggling to make it through the afternoon, wishing every meeting was an email? Sounds like it's time for Dunkin' Zero. It's the perfect pick-me-up without the spiral, and it comes in 6 delicious flavors like Sunzest and Glamberry. Dunkin' Zero, only at Dunkin'. Dunkin' Zero drinks contain caffeine from caffeine and guarana. Beverages are fruit-flavored, contain 0% fruit juice. Participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Diving for that grounder got you grounded? Oof. We've got specialists for that. Layup, take you down? We've got specialists for that. With nearly 50 Castle Connolly top doctors, Orland & Cohen specialists are considered among the best in the nation by their peers, which can mean a better outcome for you. From Staten Island to Southampton, our network is open 7 days a week, so you can feel better, faster. Visit OrlandCohen.com.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber with a special message for New York businesses looking to diversify your income. Amazon Hub Delivery is making it easy to earn extra money. When you partner with Amazon Hub Delivery, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area. With each package delivered, you'll gain extra income and exposure for your business. There's no upfront cost, no delivery experience, and no long-term contracts required. Sign up to learn more at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
There's a difference between liking a house and actually getting it. Redfin is built to make up that difference and close the gap between finding and owning the home for you. Redfin agents close twice as many deals as other agents, so when you find a home you love, you're not a step behind when it's time to make an offer. That means less watching great homes disappear and more focus on the ones you'll actually move into and call home. Redfin helps turn saved listings into real addresses. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
Your official home to talk New York sports is WFAN. Call us anytime at 888-808-1019. The Fan, 1019 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
This Fan Focus is sponsored by Chef IQ, precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. The Mets continue their series out in St. Louis. Kodai Senga making his debut 7:45. Another late night for the Yankees in Seattle as Max Fried takes on Logan Gilbert at 9:40 p.m. on the Fan. The Knicks are in Houston to play the Rockets at 8. Nets host the Hornets. Devils at the Garden to play the Rangers. And the Islanders play the Sabres.
The Evan and Tiki Twitter account put out a video that reportedly or supposedly shows me scratching my backside. Now, there's no proof of it because, as Tiki pointed out, there's a desk in front of us. Mm-hmm. But
the arm angle, dude. You look like Chad Bradford down there.
And the look on my face is that I'm very happy.
Yeah, you're relieved by what you're scratching.
I am. Now, you heard Sean mention tonight's sporting events. Tonight is a crazy night because 7 of our 9 local Big Four teams are playing. Obviously, the only 2 are the Giants and Jets because it's not football season. The Devils are playing the Rangers. The Islanders are playing the Sabres. The Nets are playing. The Knicks are playing. The Mets are playing. And the Yankees are playing.
Wow.
7 local teams are playing. Now, it's 6 games because the Rangers are playing the Devils. So you can't do like a New York sports parlay where you bet on every team. But
to win, that is.
To win.
Yeah.
But I did some research. Really, by doing research, I asked the archivist of Evan and Tiki, Dan, to do some research. The last time that we had every team playing like this was April of 2023. So it's been 3 years since this has happened. It is definitely unique. In fact, if you want to know what happened that day, the New York Yankees defeated the San Francisco Giants. The Mets defeated the Miami Marlins. The Devils lost to the Winnipeg Jets. The Islanders lost to the Carolina Hurricanes. The Rangers beat the Capitals. The Knicks beat the Wizards. And the Nets beat the Jazz. So it was a pretty good day.
That is a pretty big day.
Did you say either the Mets or Yankees played the Giants?
I said the Yankees played the Giants.
So the Giants and Jets both played that day.
Holy crap. You're right, because the Devils played the Winnipeg Jets.
That's insane.
I didn't think about it that way. We don't have that this year.
Right.
But I'm going to ask you guys this question. There are 6 games, okay? Rangers, Devils, Islanders, Sabres, the Knick game, the Net game. The Knicks are playing the Houston Rockets. I'm the Net fan, and I'm like forgetting who we're playing.
The Hornets.
That's right. We're playing Charlotte tonight. And, of course, the Mets are playing the Cardinals, and the Yankees are playing the Mariners. Power rank them in terms of your interest.
Knicks.
The Knicks are 1.
Yeah.
How about that? Okay.
Yankees, Mets, and then whatever combination of the hockey.
Wow. So but you forgot the Nets. They play 2.
And then the Nets are at the end.
So the Nets are last.
Yeah, because they're not trying to win neither of the Hornets.
Okay. So Rangers Devils intrigues you more than the Nets Hornets game.
Yes.
Okay. Sean Morash, how would you power rank? And I know you're like me. You got all the TVs set up.
No.
I'm curious how you attack a night like tonight.
The Knicks have to be number 1.
Well, the staggered starts hard. Here's why they're not, though, Tiki. We're just talking about seeding at this point with the Knicks.
Yeah, but
We are the New York Knicks.
But there's also this, they need to play well against a somewhat good team.
I understand that. I don't know, man. I'm kind of at just get me to the playoff time with the Knicks. So here's how I'm going Yankees 1. Look, they're my only relevant team currently playing.
I respect that.
Mets 2, I'm in baseball fever. Islanders 3, man. Coming off of last night, they only have so little games here to work with.
3 points up on the final playoff spot. They're currently 3rd in the Metro, but the wild card's the whole thing.
Then for me, a 4A and a 4B is just simply the Ranger game and the Net game, just because losses mean closer to the lottery balls at the top. And then the Knicks are actually last for me tonight because, again, I'm just going to get me to the playoff mode with them.
Aren't the Rangers basically guaranteed?
Well, you might be breaking news to me. Are they guaranteed a certain
Guaranteed what?
Like the worst record in the East?
No, Vancouver has the worst record in hockey. Remember, they're dealing with everybody in hockey for the lottery balls. So the Rangers Nets, my focus is on lose all these games.
I'm thinking about it this way. I'm thinking about it in terms of which games are the most important. Forget my own interests. Clearly, the number 1 game is the Islanders. You're dead wrong about the Knicks. It's the Islanders. They're battling for their playoff lives.
Okay,
now,
great.
if you don't care about them, that's fine.
That's right.
You don't have to.
Well, hockey's just not my thing.
No, that's fine. And I did ask you power rank it in terms of what you care about.
Right.
So there's no wrong answer. It's
Yeah.
what you care about. In terms of just being the ISO, the INYSO, the Independent New York Sports Observer, which I'm clearly not because I have a bunch of favorite teams playing. But if I'm being fair, the New York Islanders are number 1. Yesterday was a dreadful loss to the Penguins. They need to bounce back. So the Islanders are number 1. I think in terms of importance, you think I'm nuts. I think the Brooklyn Nets are number 2.
Why?
We're tanking.
The Nets still in the league.
These losses matter, man.
Slag nut Nets.
Tiki, I'll allow you to say what everybody's thinking.
What?
Yesterday, what did you tell us about Game 1 between the Yankees and Mariners?
Okay. There's a lot online with the tiebreakers and getting the best record. I was going to put the Yankees number 2. Like, clearly the Islanders are number 1. Can we agree on that one, Sean?
Yeah, they are.
Okay. All right, let's put them aside. All right. The Yankee thing is big. The Mets also 2 years in a row either made or missed the playoffs based on 1 game, so you could argue they're big. But we're talking about potentially Cam Boozer. We're talking about like a franchise player. So I don't know. I think each win probably and loss matters a little bit more when it comes to odds than the possibility that the Yankees and the Mariners are tied.
But you also know that in basketball, just because you have the right odds doesn't mean you're getting the number 1 overall pick.
No, you're right. I know that. Yeah, that's a factor.
It's really, it doesn't even, it matters, but it doesn't.
Okay.
And if you don't win the lottery, you draft Ruben Prey.
Okay. So I got the Nets number 2. I put the Yankees number 3. I put the Mets number 4. I put the Knicks number 5. And then Rangers Devils is dead last. Because honestly, the NHL lottery, do we even know who's going to be drafted? We don't know.
The kid from Penn State that punched out the guy at the bar because he made fun of his mom.
Exactly. You don't even know his name.
I had it. I forgot it.
But
Mackenzie?
you don't know his name.
It doesn't matter. I want to know his name come October.
And we know whoever the Rangers draft's going to suck. We know.
How do you know that?
I mean,
how do you know that? What if we get Matt Schaefer?
The same. You're not getting Matthew
Gavin
Schaefer.
McKenna, by the way.
Gavin McKenna.
Oh, is that the person?
You say Mackenzie.
McKenna.
Yeah, so that's my ranking. Bottom line is a lot of these games matter. I mean, the only game that really, truly doesn't matter is Rangers-Devils, only because, again, lottery, hockey, doesn't matter. But everything else has some level of importance. I'm excited. Did I text you guys my picture last night?
Of what?
I didn't text you my picture. Wow, I sent it to Big Mac. He never responded. and I sent it to my Mets chat. You saw it then, Tiki.
Yeah.
I had all the TVs going.
Yeah.
I had the Islanders, I had the Metsies, I had the Yankees, and then I had 2 random baseball games. I had the Red Sox-Astros game and the Phillies-Nationals game. How about that?
Wow.
You
Good
like
for
that?
you.
Yeah.
That's a nice little night you had to yourself.
Tonight's an even bigger night, because think about it. You're going to have, I may not even put Rangers-Devils on, to be honest with you. I'm going to have the Nets game, the Knicks game, the Islanders game, the Mets game, and the Yankees game.
Remember, the Yankees will start after the Rangers-Devils is over.
Oh, you're right. You're right. So I could put something else.
I sim lotteried the NHL. You're 4th 3 times in a row.
See, this is why these losses matter.
Can you sim the NBA real quick?
Yeah.
Let's pray to the little basketball gods right now. Let's hope we get the right answer.
Sim draft.
Sim draft.
And Brooklyn's 3rd.
I'll take it. I will absolutely take it. I will sign for that one.
Sim draft. Lottery.
Give me again. Go. Hit me.
It won't stop.
Come on, sim it.
It's just spinning.
Sim it hard.
What's going on here?
Press the button.
I did. It's finally stopped.
All right, what are we?
4th.
Okay, I'll take it too.
3rd or 4th.
I'll take either one. Let's go to Mario in Long Beach. Hey, Mario.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How's it going?
All's good.
Great show as always. Very interesting, about Richardson. Did you realize, I was looking up, he has the worst completion percentage of any quarterback in the last 30 years that started 14 games. 50% is ridiculously low.
It is.
That's not even a professional level.
I know. Well, if in 1967 it would have led the league, but in 2025, yes, it's not.
But here's the thing, Tiki, and tell me if I'm right or wrong. He doesn't process well. He's an athlete playing quarterback.
That's correct.
He does not process well.
That's right. He doesn't, and so unless you have a system that makes it really easy, so it's essentially one read and run, or 7-step drop, just throw the bomb, throw the stretch guy. It's going to be hard to get him up to speed unless he really starts to put in the work.
Well, that's the key.
And the challenge is he hasn't done that.
No, you're right, but that's the key for him resurrecting his career.
100%.
The question is, what team would be the best team to bring in his services where they can kind of make him something?
Baltimore.
Really, Baltimore?
Because he's not going to play. He's just going to sit and watch and learn from a guy who he probably really respects.
I was going to say Kansas City. And that would be as a third stringer at this point since they brought in Justin Fields. But Andy Reid, who's just the guy you probably trust the most, he gets to learn behind the best of all time now.
Yeah, but Andy Reid works well with guys who want it.
Well, but you keep saying that, and what I keep countering with is if he doesn't learn to want it now, then he's done. And I agree with you, and I'll never bring up his name again.
But isn't that an innate trait?
I don't know. Ask Evan Neal.
I don't think Evan Neal didn't want it. I think he got extraordinarily discouraged by what was happening around him. Because let's not forget the chaos and the malcontent nature of what the Giants' coaching staff was like, and so. There was no faith in him, and immediately he just kind of stopped. If you don't care about me, I'm not going to care about you.
Right.
It's the wrong attitude to have, by the way, but I feel like that's what happened with Evan Neal because his tape didn't look bad his first year. I told you, I went back and looked at it. Yep. I showed it to you guys, and for some reason, it just died.
Yeah.
So he said the right things to John Harbaugh. That's what matters.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if he can turn his career around. Chris and Merrick. Hey, Chris.
What's up, guys?
All's well.
Regarding the draft, you guys were talking about Love and who the Giants might take at 5. Honestly, I wouldn't be upset if they drafted any of the names mentioned at 5. But if you look at the Giants last year and what their Achilles heel was, their defense, I would say it would be defensive secondary depth.
Yes.
The minute Debo went down, it was all on Flott. And then if Flott went down, then you needed...
Deontay Banks had to go play.
Saw that.
Right.
So I would not be upset if Delaney was the pick at 5. If they end up going Styles or even Downs, address it in the second round, but you need a capable, competent number 2 cornerback. Now, Newsome could develop into that. He's a young guy still, but let's assume Adebo goes down. Okay, what are you doing? Yeah. Who is your number 1 and number 2? So I like Love, and I think any of those guys can improve the room by being added, whether that's Styles, Love, Downs, Delaney. I think based off of last year and what you currently see on the roster, Delaney or Downs, I think would be the biggest upgrade. So that's just my 2 cents.
Yeah, the problem, Downs just safeties don't get drafted that high. Sonny Styles is a man. He's 6'4", 6'5", 240 pounds, ran a 4.40, whatever the heck it is. He's just going to be a specimen in the middle. But I think where the Giants are in a good spot is that no matter what happens, they're getting an elite athlete.
Hey, you're picking 5.
You're getting an elite athlete and an
player.
elite football player. And so I'm not going to say you can't go wrong because obviously any of those guys could bust, but it doesn't feel like the guys that the Giants are talking about or we're talking about for the Giants have a high bust potential.
Now, the NFL is currently conducting the owners' meetings, which is why we heard from Darren Muji and from John Harbaugh and from Aaron Glenn. But there's work to be done at the owners' meetings, including voting and discussing rule changes.
Right.
There are 4 rule changes coming to the NFL in 2026. Let's go to our rules desk with Sean Moraz. Sean, what did they approve?
Okay, so I just want to let you know the 4th one I'm getting to is the one getting the most buzz, but we'll start the other ones. By the competition committee, they've allowed to permit the kicking team to declare an onside kick at any time during the game. Remember,
they had kept that as just a fourth quarter rule.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't think anyone's going to.
And you have to
gotta
declare
it. So that's something where you're giving the coaches free rein, but it's not going to make any difference.
Yeah. Again, I don't know when you'd use it, but they're putting that in there. Okay, the other one is to eliminate the kicking team's incentive to intentionally kick the ball out of bounds when kicking off from the 50-yard line. That feels convoluted. I got to be honest, I don't understand that one.
Yeah, I think most of us still don't understand the kickoff rule.
Hold on, say that again?
Okay, this is from Tom Pelissero. This was approved by the competition committee to eliminate the kicking team's incentive to intentionally kick the ball out of bounds when kicking off from the 50-yard line.
Why would they be kicking off from the 50?
Maybe penalties one way or another drive you to the 50.
But that would be 2 penalties.
Yeah, that seems like a rare one. That's
just whatever. It's just they're closing a loophole.
Exactly. The third one, to modify the kickoff alignment requirements for the receiving team's players in the setup zone. So however they're setting up, they're going to modify it. Again, we don't have details on what the hell that means.
Again, same thing. Most of us don't understand the rules anyway.
It just means the number of people that have to be on the front line type of thing.
Okay. But the last one that's very important. For 1 year only, they have approved to allow the NFL officiating department to correct clear and obvious misses made by on-field officials that impact the game in the event that there's a work stoppage involving the referees represented by the NFL Referees Association. So in other words, all these referees are going to get hired here and try to do this. No more Fail Mary situations like we had last time.
You know what this is? This is the early stages of VAR, which is they have in soccer, video assistant referee. So that they can fix it before it ever becomes an issue.
Well, and I gotta wonder if
in soccer it just happens because they're always reviewing, and so they'll let play continue, and then if not, they go back and reset. In football, because there's a break between plays, you can probably get it right in the amount of time that it takes to get from play to play, unless you're in hurry up.
And I would say 2 things. This is terrible for the NFL referees in terms of leverage, right? Because if you can correct anything on the field by these, that doesn't help their case. And number 2, I got to think the NFL is kind of hoping they can institute this and have this happen because ultimately this is how you get calls right down the line and improve it full time.
I agree.
It sounds like something that, yes, they're using to protect themselves because I know the CBA with the regular officials expires in a month, and it doesn't feel like there's a lot of optimism. So you're protecting yourself from, like you said, the Fail Mary, the embarrassment of replacement officials. But wouldn't you want this anyway? You want to get the calls right. And what's odd about this
and we
rule
already
change,
see this. We've already seen it a little bit because of the expedited review.
Well, that's what I was going to tell you. Don't we, in a way, already have it?
Yeah.
Sort of, yeah. But we still have no understanding of why and when they're allowed to do that either.
Well, what about this rule? Is it going to be for everything? Is it for penalties?
I think everything is
roughing
on the
the passer can be fixed if it's blatantly wrong.
That's what it sounds like.
Only for this. They don't want to have these refs screw this up.
My only issue with this is, look, I'm not worried about time of game. I'm not worried about how long it's taking because every NFL game is such a big deal. Whether it's 18 games or 17 games, every game matters so much.
Right.
You got to get it right, and no one cares that a game's 3.5 hours. I haven't heard anyone say, these football games are too long. It's an event. We're good. I just want consistency on when it's used because what's going to drive me nuts is if there's a call that feels bad and they don't review it, they don't check it out. Didn't that happen in the AFC Championship game? I'm trying to remember the moment or the play that they didn't look at.
No, I think you're going back to Bills-Broncos.
Oh, Bills-Broncos.
Yeah.
There was a play they didn't look at, right?
The controversial one that McDermott complained about and then got fired right after that.
Yes.
What the heck happened again?
That's a pass interference. It was the non-catch.
It was the non-catch
Non-catch,
interception.
It was an interception.
It was an interception that you thought, or we thought, or maybe I just thought, or Bill fans thought, was a catch by the Bill receiver.
It's such a convoluted rule because if I forget who intercepted the pass, but if he had not intercepted that pass and it hit the ground, it would have been incomplete.
Right.
They would have ruled it incomplete because he didn't finish the process of completing the catch, which was going to the ground, possessing it while you're on the ground.
Right.
So because that ball was pulled out from his possession, it would have been incomplete if it hit the ground. And so what they ruled was that it was heading towards incomplete, but the defender possessed it, so it's an interception.
Right. And it didn't matter because you're supposed to review turnovers anyway.
Yes.
So this new rule wouldn't affect it. This new rule, you know what jumps out at me is where this new rule would change things? The NFC Championship game between the Rams and the Saints. The non-pass interference call.
Yes.
That's an easy,
Right.
wait a second, let's buzz down to the officials.
Well, didn't they do
You
that?
screwed that up. No, what they did is the following year they made
That's what I
pass
mean.
interference reviewable.
That's right.
But it was flawed to begin with.
Right. That didn't last long at all.
No.
There is one more that just came into. The NFL is allowing coaches to be able to discuss with officials about disqualification penalties, a la the DK Metcalf situation with the Lions. So in other words, you can make your case that a player doesn't necessarily need to get thrown out of a game.
You think they're going to eventually talk about the 4-point play that we have in this, what's the league called, the UFL?
The UFL. It's a combination of the USFL and XFL.
Yeah, they have a 4-point play. Like if you attempt a field goal that's, I think, 60 yards or more,
yes,
it's for 4 points. Do you think the NFL will ever get to that?
And it happened this weekend.
No, that's why I bring it up. Yeah. And what's funny about that is if you're trailing by 4 points, your strategy may be, let's just set up for a 65-yard field goal.
Right.
Right? You could be within the range of a regular field goal and actually go backwards.
And the defense might go, let him get 3 yards.
Right. Now we'll let him run and then tackle him before he gets in the end zone. I don't know. I wouldn't put anything past the NFL, but whenever you see these new rules in these little leagues like the USFL or the UXFL, whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah.
UFL. You never know.
How about this?
You never know.
The guy made a 4-point play, 60 yards. Could the Jets or Giants sign the guy? That's how the Cowboys found Brandon Aubrey.
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
You're not wrong about that. Either way, if you missed any of today's show, you can always rewind it on the free Odyssey app, or you can check out YouTube. Our whole show is on YouTube, including when I reportedly, or I'm accused of, scratched my derriere. So you can check that out as well.
Stay cheeky, Evan.
Stay cheeky. Very nice. Have a great day. The Carton Show is coming up next with Craig Carton and Big Mac. We are back at it tomorrow at 10 a.m. Enjoy the rest of what is a beautiful Tuesday afternoon in the big city.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
The greatest March Madness shot ever. After overcoming a 19-point deficit to take down number 1 Duke, UConn's Braylon Mullins